Last week, David Axelrod walked into the Vatican, Barack Obama's chief strategist, the man who built Obama's campaigns from scratch, and he sat down with Pope Leo the 14th for a private meeting. A man who is not Catholic, not Christian, and has never in his life met a pope before. And I need to walk you through what happened next because it explains everything. Today, I want to cover 5 things. The Axelrod meeting and the media blitz that follow it, why everyone is losing their minds over Trump criticizing the Pope. They are missing the actual story. The Pope's silence on Christians being slaughtered around the world. A tweet from Leo himself that should make every Catholic uncomfortable. And the real reason all of this is happening 8 months before the midterms.
Want to get it off your chest? You're in the right place. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? Heard in every state in the Union and 1,000 cities around the world. We just finished 17 years of broadcast excellence. Now in our 18th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is streaming live all over the world. So much news. So little time. Pope Francis and Pope Leo XIV seems to be cut from the same liberal holy cloth. It's almost as if they're part of the Democratic Party. They jump to judge Israel as evil and Iran as forthright. But they are biting off more than they can preach. If they destroy Israel, where will Jesus, who was prophesied as resurrecting in Jerusalem, come back to? And that, to come back to save the world, for that matter. Chicago, LA, Africa, Iran, Egypt, Jordan, Syria. Jesus has no biblical place to go except for Israel, where he was born by a Jewish mother, with a Jewish brother, all Jewish apostles. And he died as a Jew as well. If Israel survives, where would Jesus be? Likely to send these Christian Jew haters and Muslim Shia murderers heaven or hell. Trump has appeared to save Christians, moderate Muslims, and preserve a Jewish state, the only one God has anointed. The end of this war must come with Abraham Accords, even for the Persians of Iran. Let's talk guest star J.J. Bradshaw, Joe Dalton, Pastor Pat, Maxwell, TPU's Cali president of one chapter, Jordan Brace, and last but not least, space alien expert Richard C. Jeffrey. Call or comment 573-578-2700. Let's talk. Christians, don't let Satan in. Don't let Satan win.
David Axelrod flies to Rome. He brings an entourage. He gets a private audience with the Pope. And nobody in the mainstream press asks the obvious question: what exactly does Obama's political strategist need from the head of the Catholic Church? Because here's what happened right after that meeting. The Pope started taking public shots at the Trump administration. and not subtle ones. Direct, pointed criticism of border policy, of the Iran operation, of the entire America First agenda. And then, almost on cue, 3 American cardinals showed up on 60 Minutes doing the exact same thing. 3 cardinals on 60 Minutes, throwing jabs at a sitting president. And the press covered this like it was spontaneous, like 3 senior members of the church just happened to book the same interview on the same show in the same week that the Pope started echoing DNC talking points.
Okay, we're here and we're ready to go. We got some great guests coming on. Let me first introduce you to my wife. Are you going to the gym today, honey?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
I've had to reschedule everything this week.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I know.
So,
but you're feeling really good.
I'm feeling much better.
That's
you.
good. Good.
Yes.
I love you. You know.
I know.
And you. This is my wife. I don't know what else to call her because she gets mad at whatever I call her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll be your wife.
She'll be my wife. Okay. I thought we already. Yeah. I thought we already got
didn't
that.
we do that already?
I thought we did. I don't know. You know, I'm getting old. I forget certain things. Are we married?
Yes.
Okay. I just curious. I thought we were just living together or something like that, or
No.
we did that for a while, didn't we?
No, you made an honest one of me.
I made an honest woman of her. Okay, I'm not going there at all. No.
It's a little blustery out there today.
Is it? Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more than that. It's rainy
and
windy. Yeah, not a good day to play golf. That's for sure.
Shut on me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
did you break the door or did you break your leg?
Neither.
All right, that's good. Well, let's break a leg today. We got a great group here. I got JP Maxwell. He is the producer, and Rick Henderson out there in Salem, Missouri, who does all the bits and the clips, does a great job. And his wife, Bev, by the way. And we've got a familiar face now looking at us. And I think we'll get right to him because he's on time. That's for darn sure. And I'm very grateful for it because I kind of forgot to call him and re-engage ourselves, although it is a common thing every single week and has been for about, 17, 18 years almost. This gentleman he's 257 years old. He's a little older than the country, and he is an expert at the Constitution. He probably wrote some of it when he was a kid, probably. And I mean, there was a lot of young guys who wrote the Constitution. Really, if you go back, and 7 years old, I don't know, might have been a little early for him, but still, he is a very knowledgeable person. I believe, he fought in the Revolutionary War and the Vietnam War. Please welcome, all the way from Rolla, Missouri, John Jeffrey Bradshaw. Are your introductions, do you like those? Yeah, somebody forgot to turn the talking over. JJ, I can't hear you. Huh? He's looking on his board.
We got no sound input from you. Did you mute yourself somehow?
Well, he can always call. He knows my number. All right. Are you fooling with it or what? I can't do this all day. I can't hear you. Okay. Let's you guys figure it out, and I'm going to go on to other stuff that I have prepared for situations just like this. By the way, if you want to call the show or leave a comment, 573-578-2700, or
you can also reach out to us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Rumble to comment.
Yeah. And you know what we can do? We can play the next clip, which is number 3, while we're messing around with this, because it ties right into what the monologue was. Oh, is he? Okay, good. Can you hear me now?
Is that a little bit better, Dave?
Well, no, it doesn't sound better. It sounds like an actual human being talking to me.
I don't know what to tell you about that, but
well, stuff happens. So, did you hear me though? You acted like you did.
I am rebooting all this stuff as we speak. So,
okay.
Let me just get started on what I had to say to you today.
Let's do it.
You and I have talked about election integrity for a long, long time. And I don't know what to tell you about that. It looks like the Virginians have cheated once again. Let's talk about that Virginia referendum election. Let me start at the back end of it. Tazewell Circuit Court Judge Jack Hurley has issued an injunction blocking the certification of the election results.
Right.
And let me tell you what those results are. Virginia seriously gerrymandered and put to a vote of the people their election zones. And Virginia has, for the last few years, been about 6-5, Democrat to Republican, give or take. Now, it's wandered a little bit. With this gerrymandered map, now it's 10-1.
Yeah, I know.
10 Democrats to 1 Republican representative. Talk about packing the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, did they ever do it. So let's talk about that for just a minute. I think that election was stolen, and here's why.
Okay.
This is not why the judge issued an injunction, but they took a look at the ballots, and right at the end, you and I have talked about mail-in ballots.
That's right.
35,000 mail-in ballots counted in the last few hours of the voting.
And it was about 10-1 for it. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, the number is odd because it's 35,000. And if you look at the rate of counting of votes there, which I did last night, it was pretty constant right up until the last 3 hours of counting. And then, boom, here comes 35,000 mail-in ballots right out of the blue, mostly for Democrats. You telling me this doesn't smell funny? This stinks.
Well, this is all a place.
If you look at the results of that election, which, by the way, it passed, which means the gerrymandered map, short of having a judge interfere with it, would have gone into law. If you look at the percentages of votes, yes was 51.45%. No was 48.55%. That's 89,000 vote difference out of approximately 3 million votes cast.
Sure.
So, the Dems have gotten smarter at this cheating, I think.
Well,
they shave it a little bit here and there so that the result might be plausible, maybe.
They learn from their stupid ideas back in 2020, where they were so clumsy. It was incredible that we didn't stop them then. But nobody thought they were going to steal it like then. Nobody thought these Dominion machines would be made to cheat right out of Venezuela too, by the way, and China. And things like that.
You and I have been looking into this for quite some time now, and we
know what it is.
Believe that election was stolen. No one will ever be able to change my mind on that.
Well, I think they're on this. I think they're on this. I think at least one judge now has said, "Hold on here, something's wrong, something wrong." And so there's a little hope there,
and that's the killer about this thing. Is that, we finally got a judge looking at this. But let's take a look at the 4 things that the judge looked at. None of those was improper voting. Not a single thing. What he looked at was the constitutionality of the gerrymandered map, among other things.
Sure.
He also looked at Virginia law, which says there has to be a 90-day comment period, which wasn't done on this.
Yeah.
And one of the things he didn't look at, but I think is going to be looked at, certainly by the Republicans, is that there was a tremendous amount of outside money shoveled into this thing by the likes of Soros and his buddies.
Oh, yeah.
So, this thing stinks. And I think the Dems thought they could get away with this because Virginia is a blue state and nobody would pursue this. And boy, were they wrong. So my hat's off to this judge. Now, this whole thing is in the legal system now, right, which let's face it, our legal system is a mess. But maybe there will be something good come out of this. At least it has managed to get worldwide, if you will, scrutiny. A lot going on there that I think people are going to look at and say, whoa, wait a minute, there's something very wrong going on here.
Well, put your Supreme Court hat on, as you usually do, but put it on. We have a right to vote in this country. And also, we have a right for our vote to count.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, if we vote and it doesn't mean anything, then we have lost our right in the constitutional language to vote.
Well, yeah. So here we are,
again.
These people are attempting to steal from us. And I just think that there's going to be some implications here that are perhaps nationwide or worldwide. I wanted to talk about Virginia because it has been proved to be such an egregious theft. Not only was the gerrymandered map questionable, that would have been in the courts anyway, but the 35,000 mail-in ballots, come on, guys. You got away with this in 2000. Do you really think you're going to get away with this now? I don't think so.
That's where our Justice Department so far is going to go, I think.
Well,
I mean, you got these. We finally got Bondi out. I guess it was the Epstein case. And we seem to have a guy it's tough, and he's brought up charges against a major operation by the Dems. What is that? The P? I forget what the name of it was. Do you know, JP? Anyone? It's about it's a liberal operation.
You're talking about the Southern Poverty Law Center?
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
That
was the very next thing I was going to talk about.
Of course,
Dave.
It was, because I'm reading your mind, sir.
Oh my! If you knew what was going on inside my mind,
I won't tell your wife. I won't tell your wife. Don't worry about it.
Don't tell anybody. Put up a billboard on I-44.
Well, if you're gonna have a damn idea of what you're going to talk about, think about it harder so I can come up with the name. First of all, it's kind of embarrassing. Come on.
I will try the Vulcan mind meld on you.
There's too much schmutz going on in there, and I can't read it as well.
Yeah, the inside of my mind is pretty much mud. The Southern Poverty Law Center. Now, for those of your viewers who aren't familiar with what this thing is, SPLC was founded late 60s, early 70s with the intention, and I think a rightful intention at that time, to be anti a lot of things. They wanted racial justice. They wanted to use the law to essentially for good. And SPLC over the years has become a Marxist Democrat organization. If you look at the stuff they've done the past few years, it's been very much anti-American and not so much anti-racism. Well, now they're under investigation. Apparently, they have paid informants. These guys have $800 million in assets, and if you look at the things that they have done the past few years, boy, they have varied so far from what Dr. Martin Luther King had envisioned in them.
Yeah.
Now they got 11 counts of wire fraud and bank fraud working against them. And whether this goes any place or not, anybody's guess. You and I play this game all the time. Our judicial system grinds along rather slowly, certainly not
but
fast enough.
That's the way it was. But that's not a surprise. That's why I'm always saying Trump 28, because there's not enough time for these guys to get rid of at least most of the criminals on either side.
I completely agree.
There you go. There's not enough time. It was set up that way, and I understand why. Because you'd have quick takeovers of government. You'd have people getting eliminated, like in Soviet Union or any other Marxist communist state. And it is a pain in the butt, but still, it does have its problems, as that you can't readily stop crime if you can't investigate and try people legitimately.
Yes.
During a time period.
Our founding fathers, who apparently I knew back then.
Oh, well, yeah, you hung out with them.
They intended for our judicial system and our legislative system to be contemplative, to accept facts and think about them and come up with righteous solutions.
Yeah.
And our judicial system still does that, even though it's been invaded by crazy people. The basis of it is the same. It grinds along slowly. People make their arguments on both sides, and a judge decides. That's as it is supposed to be. So the SPLC, it may take a couple of years to get them disbanded, but at least the light has been shined upon them of what a leftist Marxist, terribly done operation it has become. So good. My hat's off to justice. 11 counts of wire fraud. I wish it was 100 counts of wire fraud.
My wife likes to watch old movies. So she gets me hooked on all these old movies. And this one, I think, was about 1942 or something like that. We were watching Andrew Jackson. Is that correct? Remember that? President Andrew Jackson?
That was the Barrymore guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But he was acting as Andrew Jackson. And Andrew Jackson had the same thing. He was going up against the South, basically, after the war. I think it was before the Civil War.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get make the Union whole and not have all these guys out there who were saying, we want this in our state, we want independent states. And he says, no, we need a union here. We need a union to include all the states, and we need to somehow agree about it. And that was a huge battle then, and it still is now. How's that? Only in different names.
It was a big deal back then, and it should be right now.
Yeah, you were there, I think.
It is absolutely wrong that the states should be independent carriers in this thing.
Yeah.
We do have,
like Virginia,
federal law that precludes some state law. Now, am I a states' rights sort of guy? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I think particularly when it comes to abortion, the states and education, for that matter, the states should have the last say. But in order for this federation to work, we have to have ultimately federal control. I mean, that's just the way that works.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's a surprise to me that our country has gotten so far away from the Constitution and from the Declaration of Independence. I think every citizen ought to reread those documents and take a look at what we're supposed to be, as opposed to what we have become.
Read that, and read the Old Testament and the New Testament too. There's a lot of stuff in there that needs reconciliation in our minds.
Well, if you're going to do that stuff, you might as well read the Federalist Papers too.
Sure, that too. Yeah,
I have read them extensively, and the other documents that folks have written, and it gives you an insight into what the thinking was at that time over what this country should be. And I think we should go back to that. I think those folks had the right idea, and that has been perverted by Republicans and Democrats alike. Speaking of perverted, here's somebody that's really perverted. Ilhan Omar, one of my least favorite people. She is just a nasty, nasty piece of work. And in my opinion, ought to be sent back to Somalia, preferably in a box.
But, no, you can't say that. Come on.
Well, we'll make it a big box.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the Minnesota Fraud Prevention and Oversight Commission has been looking into Ilhan Omar. Yes. They've been looking into the Minneapolis and St. Paul fraudulent Somali stuff, the daycare centers, all of that stuff.
Wait a minute, the Leering centers.
Yeah,
the Leering centers. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you learned that stuff real good.
There's nothing better than seeing that. That is exactly the representation of what's going on in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's isn't it amazing? Well, Ilhan Omar was asked to come and testify to the Minnesota Fraud Prevention and Oversight Committee. She was a no-show.
Yeah, how about that?
Her lawyers advised her, "Nah, don't do that. Because what'll happen is you'll have to go in there and cite the Fifth Amendment, and you really don't want to do that. It looks bad."
Yeah.
So she didn't show. So what's the next step? Now, the Minnesota, I think we all would agree that under Tim Walz, Minnesota's state government has become rather corrupt. In fact, they have.
Well, but I'll tell you what. With adding men, the tampon business is really good there.
Oh, particularly in the men's room. I can't wait to travel to Minnesota and go in a men's room just to see the tampons.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. You know.
Yeah. So what's going to happen with Ilmar? She is going to be subpoenaed, and her lawyers are going to tell her, "No, ignore the subpoena. Don't show up. We don't want you in front of a microphone ever." And it may well be that criminal charges for this minor infraction will be filed against her. Well, okay, this is a misdemeanor. It's not a felony, and she could probably get away with that. The trouble is, as soon as they issue that subpoena, they can have discovery. Yeah. And if they open up discovery, she's sunk. She's sunk.
Well, yeah, and they're going to do that. I mean, they still had the Republicans still have a small control of Congress.
Yeah. So it looks like she's going to get what she's been asking for all along. And,
but I will agree with you. She needs to be sent either to jail or back to Somalia. So
I would prefer jail and then send her back to Somalia.
Yeah.
Because our jail will look like a penthouse suite compared to the way things are in Somalia. But yeah, the reason I brought that up is because finally, after all these years, this mouthy, disgusting piece of work looks like she's going to get what's due to her.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Well, she's certainly playing defense right now. That's for sure. Before it was anything she wanted to say, she said it. And you got the Democratic Party is like you talk about the Nazi Party. Hell, about 50 of them already hate Israel and they want to stop funding weapons for Israel. Well,
yeah.
And there's a lot of Christians who are saying that. Maybe a pope or two have said that. Great.
I think the Pope got out in front of the tips of his skis on that one.
Well, what's he going to do what is Jesus going to do? If he's supposed to go to Jerusalem to reclaim his position, okay, what are they going to do when there is no Jerusalem? Where is Jesus supposed to go? This is in the Bible that he's supposed to go there to resurrect himself. That's my question. And the Catholics are seemingly, at least the popes, the last two popes, are anti-Semitic against Israel. So
You know,
how does that
I
make
agree with
sense?
that.
How does
When
that make sense?
when he butted heads with Donald Trump, and he refused to actually talk with Trump directly, I would ask that Pope, well, what about all these abortions that have been happening?
Yeah,
What about, let's look at Iran, where they've
exactly.
killed 30 to 40,000 of their own citizens. What does the Catholic Church have to say about that?
That's the
And
other
they have
thing
been
is
strangely
the abortions they've allowed. They got rid of the head of the abortion prevention. Joe Dalton's going to be on next, and he's well aware of this guy. He knows the guy. I forget his name, but I had a conversation with him once, which was interesting because I had written a couple columns about saving babies, and he says, "Well, not bad for a Jew. He's a Catholic. What do you call them? The red caps, Cardinals. He's a Cardinal." But he was a for life guy that was in the in the Highland of the Catholic religion. And he says, "So nice, pretty nice for a Jew." And I said, "Well, that's fine, thank you very much." And then he comes back at me for a couple of times and gets a little nasty in the third one, telling me I need to be a Christian or a Catholic. And
I'm sorry, but you don't get to dictate that.
Well, he was kind of pushy, and so I sent him back a little note that said, I know three things: there is a God, you're not him, and neither am I.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing I said to him. Then he got fired.
Oh, he got fired. Good.
He's trying to get his job back, though, because these guys fired him for different reasons. Because he was trying to save babies, and they didn't want it done. They were apparently the uppers including a couple of popes uppers were going against the anti-life abortion people.
Yeah, I have wondered about this for some time through several popes, that here we have an abortion mill in this country that kills babies like a killing machine.
Yeah.
And the heads of the Catholic Church have been strangely silent about this. And
isn't that something?
I would think that any religion, not Catholicism per se, but any religion, would be anti-killing babies. It's just a basic human nature. You don't kill children. And for a church to look the other way, and hey, it's the Christian churches too. I mean, we're all guilty of this.
Yeah.
For them to look the other way, I think is a cardinal sin.
All right,
I got a parting shot for you, Dave.
Yeah, make it a parting shot. Go ahead.
All right. USAID. Do you remember USAID when Donald Trump came into office? He defunded them because they were a conduit for federal money to go to Democrat causes. You remember that stink? It was about a year ago. A bunch of people high up in USAID were fired by Trump.
Yeah.
And there was an article written, and I read it last night, by somebody who had interviewed a bunch of these folks, that they're six-figure employees, and all of them are unable to find employment. Some of them are on the dole. Some of them are working at much lesser paying jobs. And the question that I asked when I read that was, well, if these folks were six-figure employees in the U.S. government and they got kicked out, why can't they find a six-figure job someplace in the private sector?
Yeah,
and the obvious result is they're not qualified to run a Starbucks, much less a federal agency.
Good point. Excellent points. All excellent. I was going to read you some stuff, but you know what? We got to do a commercial now. And I always love talking to you. Maybe I shouldn't talk so much during your segment, right? That's what you're saying right now to yourself. But thank you so much, my friend.
Sunday.
See you on Sunday with the Rabbi. All right.
You bet, I'll be there.
Let's hear it for John Jeffrey Bradshaw.
It's been my pleasure, Dave.
All right. My pleasure. My pleasure. Dang it. Oh, he got the last word. I hate when that happens. All right. We're going to do commercials, and we're going to come back with Pastor Pat.
Honey, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
It looks like you're filling up a swimming pool.
Yep, I'm filling up a swimming pool.
In our living room?
How else am I going to watch the game and stay cool?
If your AC is on the fritz, call Hartley's Climate Control. Hartley's is the area's best in HVAC repairs, installs, and maintenance. Knowledgeable, honest, and dependable. Serving Rolla and the surrounding areas for commercial or residential needs. Hartley's Climate Control. Community born, community raised, community serving.
Call Hartley's Climate Control today at 573-368-3163.
Never be too coy to tell your friends and family about koi sushi and hibachi. Celebrate the best Chinese-Japanese restaurant in the Midwest. Call 573-426-5551 to make a reservation or order takeout. Locally owned, 1808 North Bishop, Rolla, Missouri.
We can sum up McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich in one word. Crispy. But also juicy and tender. Okay, it's crispy, juicy, tender. All one word. But then, also pickle. Oh, and potato bun, which is two words. Okay, we can't sum up our new crispy chicken sandwich in one word, so you'll just have to try it to understand it. Order ahead on the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Merrill's Quarry and Asphalt, 40 years serving cities, counties, and everyday businesses with driveways for people who live and work in our little piece of heaven right smack dab in the middle of America. Call 573-578-9101 for your free estimate of rocking, rolling, paving, driveways, sealing, and striping too. That's 573-578-9101 for your free estimate.
Your home is your castle. You don't need unwanted hassle. Don't let those creatures move in to stay. Let us protect your investments. That's what we're all about. Plank Termite and Pest Control will save the day. Plank is locally owned and family operated right here in Rolla, a Google preferred business. Our customer service and your satisfaction is our number one goal. So call Plank today at 368-3333. Plank Termite and Pest Control will save the day.
At your locally owned Price Chopper, our standards are high because we know yours are. See for yourself what an incredible fresh selection of grocery items we have in store. Talk to our expert meat associates about what you're looking for. They're happy to meet any special requests like custom cuts, or see our expert produce associates on how to pick out the best fruits and vegetables. Quality in the deli means fresh, full flavor, and always delicious. If you're craving fresh baked goodness, we have that too. You can expect the best selection and the best value while interacting with our friendly and knowledgeable employees. You can find what you're looking for fast and easily at the best prices at Price Chopper. Fresh savings every day. Insurance going up like crazy? Daniel and Henry Insurance is one of the largest private insurance companies in the world. Richard Boyette, 314-444-5011. He's my guy at Daniel and Henry for 10 years. Business or personal, call Richard at 314-444-5011. He's the best.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Rob Willis, an author and writer, and I write nature books. I live here in a ranch on the Ozarks and have published many books over 2 decades of writing. The Trout Adventure series of books was about traveling the world with a camera and a fly rod. The Last Buffalo in Kansas is a true story about one family's journey through 100 years of American history. A couple of years ago, I decided to write a children's nature series of books. 2 of those books have been published. The Adventures of Dog is a story about a puppy that grows up on a ranch in the Ozarks and has fabulous adventures. The Adventures of the Cats R Us Gang is about a group of cats that band together to protect the ranch from a dastardly group of raccoons. Wonderful stories for children, wholesome, about nature and the Ozarks. They're available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and in Walmart even. They're available locally at Reader's Depot. Hey, take a look at them. Thanks a lot.
At Town & Country Bank, we've got all the perks of a national bank, like online banking, quick loan approval, and you can deposit your check from your phone. But that's not why our customers love us. They love us because we still offer hometown customer service. Stop by one of our 2 Rolla locations and let our friendly team remind you how special hometown banking can be. We're locally owned and will take the time to understand your needs. Smart, friendly solutions. Town & Country Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Okay, we're back, and I've got my next guest. I thought it was going to be Pastor Pat, but this is live. We can't erase little errors like that because we have the founder of Pregnancy Resource Centers of Rolla, most effective in the world in saving babies. I am a contributor and former board member. Please welcome, all the way from Rolla, Missouri, Joe Dalton. Hi, Joe. How are you?
Great. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So Iran's leadership is broken. Trump is giving them a few days to clean up stuff. He says he's already destroyed almost anything that runs in that country, and he will come up and do the rest if they don't agree to his proposals. And it's really stupid if they don't, because it'd be a lot easier at this point to get over with it, get over with the war,
get it over with,
as the Pope would say,
Yeah.
and reason, because he will make Iran great again.
Yeah.
He's doing it with the Abraham Accords. I can see that happening.
Yeah, they'll have fast food in Iran. Could you imagine? I mean,
Yeah, even kosher food sometimes.
There you go. There you go.
So, what are your comments on that? Because it's broken right now. They don't know who the hell's in charge.
No, we've watched for 47 years as presidents did nothing, and our president has acted, and he's acted accordingly. He's definitely President Trump.
Yeah,
and the way he gets a lot of flack for the way he says things, the way he communicates, his mean tweets, but he is. I believe he's made the right decision.
Well, and he's made the right decisions in a lot of different situations.
Sure.
So play the mayor Schiff cut. I want you to listen to this real quick because it tells you a lot about the Democratic Party, and it's very short. So hit it when you can.
This statement from the administration: the president had the constitutional authority to direct the use of military force because he could reasonably determine that such use of force was in the national interest. That's too vague for you?
Totally vague.
Okay, because that's from Obama about Libya.
Kind of tells you everything you need to know. They're doing this torturous reversals of everything they voted for and everything they said they wanted, and dumped on Trump with lies like that.
Yeah. That's typical of any leader. It's like you have these people that are against you. They're going to find ways to make up hysterical opinion pieces that don't mean anything.
Sure.
So,
and now yesterday it was spent talking about drug prices drastically drop.
Yeah.
Regeneron was the heads of Regeneron were on the show. It's always a show with Trump.
Yeah.
In the White House, and do you have any reaction to that? I don't know. I mean, it's going to be. They use tariffs for this, by the way. They were going to tariff them if they didn't do it.
Okay.
And you've got now you're gonna stop the trade from the outside the world, and you're gonna have all these people in the health business, in the pill business, so to speak, and they're going to be selling it cheap.
Yeah, I think the Regeneron is the hearing one, right? The
Yes,
people are hearing
yes.
So
they had a little kid there.
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
saw
that?
that.
The
Yeah,
kid that was
2-year-old.
who actually was saved. His hearing was saved by using this.
Yep.
And he was just rolling over the floor and crawling and smiling, and he was doing what a 2-year-old baby would do.
That's right. That's right.
It was kind of cute.
It was.
So,
yeah, it's always good to bring the babies in, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, what is new in the baby saving world?
Well, here's the thing. We lost tragically last November with Amendment 3, and so in response to that, the Pregnancy Center has actually spent a lot of money to make this happen. But we've put together a pro-life conference that's coming up next week. Actually, it's Tuesday. It's called Contenders, right? So making the case for life. Dr. Mark Newman's coming in for it. He's one of the smartest men I've ever met. He's a professor for 30 years, just very awesome. But his business is Speakers for Life. He teaches people how to be keynote speakers. And so that's how good of a speaker is. He teaches others, right?
Sure.
So want people to go and register for this event because it's a free event, number one. But number two, it's an excellent educational event for people that are pro-life. And even if you're not pro-life, if you're just sitting on the fence, this will be great for you because you'll be able to understand fully our side. But it is so you go to speakerforlife.com/Rala to register. Okay. And it's really simple. They just ask you.
What time is it? And where's it at?
So it's at First Assembly of God Church tomorrow or Tuesday night at 6 p.m. I want you to eat before you come. We'll have plenty of snacks, but it's not a meal. This is like a seminar. So, but he'll, so what he says is the promise is he's going to teach you to prove abortion is wrong using 3 short sentences to make a scientific, moral, and biblical case for life. Yeah. So this is something that so when you're talking to your family members that aren't necessarily pro-life, you can defend yourself and actually win the argument.
Yeah, the ones that will listen to you.
Well, yeah,
a lot of that. I don't want to talk about that.
Exactly. So there are people that are very, very much pro-abortion, and I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that don't really. It's not their top thing, and they vote either way depending on the way the wind blows. This is something for those people as well, because you're if you're sitting on the fence, by all means come to this event. So it's Speaker for Life.
For some people it's like it's weird when you grow up and everybody wants to talk about or support abortion. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there as a 14, 15-year-old. I says, why do people want to kill babies? I mean, what do you think is in there? Just flesh and I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me, and it never did. And it still doesn't. I don't get it. I don't get how simple this is. It's a baby,
right?
It's not just flesh and bones. It's a living human being. It's something you wouldn't do to a dog half the time. You'd be more sympathetic with a dog than you would with a baby. So I don't know.
There's 2 different classes of people here. Number one is the people that I said earlier, pro-abortion, that are just fighting you on this. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's the people that are in a crisis pregnancy that are deciding today if they're going to kill their own child or not. Those are 2 drastically different people. Those people aren't really pro-abortion. They are, oh my gosh, what do I do? People.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's who we help. And that's day in and day out. We're there for those people as they are in this crisis.
Sure.
And we help them to the other side.
And a lot of people don't understand it. Mm-hmm. And they're not evil. but they need to be convinced, and you do a great job of that, better than anybody maybe in the world.
Well,
Is that true?
You stretch the truth so much in so many different areas.
Well, don't worry, I'm sucking up now, but you wait for a question or more too. It's not time for you to leave either.
Good,
because we got some stuff to talk about.
I forgot my coffee.
The Southern. You forgot your coffee?
It's in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That sucks.
The Southern Poverty Law Center, 6 counts of false statements, 1 count of conspiracy to conceal money laundering. Didn't your father invent this place?
No. What are you talking about? No. My father was a great civil rights leader.
I know. I'm giving you crap.
Okay.
This was for civil rights at first.
Oh, well.
It was. In the 60s.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I don't know I don't think he was affiliated with that back then, no.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So do you know anything about it? No, apparently not.
Well, I heard the story for sure that they're indicted for stealing money.
Stealing money.
No, they're giving money to the KKK and everything else.
Yeah,
to incite all this stuff.
That's right.
And then they could fight against it.
Yeah, they give the money that they're given by people like Soros.
Yep.
And they give it to the KKK to hold a riot against them.
Right.
Or against it's kind of convoluted, but still it's anti-baby, and they're paying for it, okay, to show what a-holes we are. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah. So, but if your biggest problem is racism, and people aren't really racist, that's a problem for you because you got to keep your organization going. You got to keep the lights on. So let's create more of a problem,
right,
so that we can keep our job. That's really what it is.
So,
holy goodness, he brought me a coffee.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
I do love you.
Good.
Thank you.
Don't charge him. It's okay. Did the above hire anti-Trump? Yeah, they did. We covered that. Let's talk a little bit about your favorite subject, and that would be Pope Leo and also Pope Francis. It seems to me like they were not very pro-life during their time.
I disagree.
Okay,
they've never wavered.
How did they get rid of who was the guy that you knew?
You're talking about Father Frank Pavone.
Pavone.
You called him a cardinal earlier today. He was just a priest. Just a priest.
But he was a head of what?
Priest for Life. He founded Priest for Life.
For Life.
And Priest for Life still exists. He's still the head of it.
But he's not a pope. He's not a cardinal anymore, or whatever.
Not a priest anymore. No,
not a priest.
No.
Well, how does that work? Why did he get fired?
It was some bishops and cardinals in this country that didn't like him.
Why?
Because they're liberal people.
Okay.
I mean, it's like,
so they're Catholics.
Well, yeah.
And they got rid of them.
There's evil people in every walk of life. And there are a few cardinals that I don't happen to appreciate because they're
yeah.
So when 60 Minutes needs to get an opinion from the Catholic Church, they've got those guys on speed dial, or I mean, it's the way the media works. It's like, okay, there's a few liberal people left, but there's good news on the horizon.
What's that?
Okay, so if you look at the priests that have been ordained in the last 20 years, like less than 5% of them are what you would call liberal, and the rest are conservative. Okay, if you look at it, the ones that were ordained a priest in the 80s, they were like more than half liberal, and so the trend is for priestly ordinations is for these guys to come back to where they need to be, and that's exciting.
This in the light of the last 2 popes, whom I'm looking at, and they seem very very unequal criticisms of Israel and Trump, and very kind to people like, well, let's say Iran and Islam. That seems the way to me. Not you, though.
No. So if you, he's closing the door. You guys gonna beat me up now? No.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Get the gloves. Nah, we won't use gloves. That's all right.
Here's the thing. You know how the secular media is always against Trump, and they're always going to try to put things in a bad light. It's even more so with the Pope. So when you read something about it, especially an opinion piece, if it says opinion, don't read it. The Pope is attacked more than President Trump is in the media world, without question. And it's
well, he is the only one on top, though. I mean, he's
the largest. He's the head of the largest Christian denomination. So atheists love to attack him.
$1.3 or 4, right?
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Where does he come off trying to sink the place where Jesus grew up? I don't get it. Oh well, I don't get it. You explain it to me.
He's not trying to sink it.
Yes, he is.
You're reading. So you wake up.
Okay, you tell me.
You wake up in the morning, Dave. Yeah. And you hate the Pope in the morning. So you look for articles.
I don't.
You look
hate
for
the
articles
Pope.
on him.
I don't.
And you
no, I
find
don't. How do you know what I do? Are you spying on me?
I've listened to your monologues.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Pope is saying. He's saying stop the war with Iran. Why should the Jews stop any war when they were attacked like they were with 8 million Jews against one? Who knows, between the Catholics and the Shias, it's like 3 billion people against like 8 million Jews. All right.
Nobody's against you. Nobody's against the Jews. Okay. The Pope is not, certainly.
Really? You know your history?
Do I know my history? Yeah.
You know your history back in the 1492 area where they had a thing called the Inquisition. What is that? Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? It came from a holy war, a jihad that was called.
Who was fighting who?
It was the Catholics against the Muslims.
Yeah.
And it was a holy war.
Were the Catholics in charge of Spain at the time and Portugal?
I don't know.
Okay, well, see, I do know a few things that you don't. The Jews were told they either had to convert to Christianity or Catholicism, or they would be killed, or they had to get the hell out. Well, some of them converted. Some of them hid their religion and turned Christian. Some of them never were even told that. And but still, they were killed, and a lot of them went to America. A lot of them went to these islands out there in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the cemeteries for them in one of these islands, and it was some of them said 1945, 46, 43. A lot of them in the 1500s. So these were people clearly in the only Jewish temple in, what's the name of that place? It's one of the outside islands. Starts with a B. I don't know. Anyways, it's that I don't remember, but I do remember being there.
Bermuda?
No.
Bahamas?
Yeah. No, it was a Bahama country, but it was an outlying one.
Okay.
And it was, it's a big island, I'll tell you that. But that's the kind of stuff I'm telling you about.
Okay, you're talking about the 1400s. Okay,
yeah, I'm talking about history. As you said, you implied that I know nothing about the history. How about the Romans? Let's call out the Romans, the great Romans who started the Catholic Church.
No, the Romans did not start the Catholic Church.
Well, yeah,
they certainly did not. The Romans were killing. The Romans were persecuting and killing,
but they
Christians.
They made it into a religion in 313 A.D. Not right away. 313 A.D. Look it up. See, you know how come you don't know that?
So that's when they converted the Roman leader. Yeah, the Roman king or whatever the hell.
Bingo.
He was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He was converted.
But it was 300 years roughly after Jesus was killed.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So
and then it became Jews in a lot of countries like Italy, for example, became slaves, or they were also kicked out of Israel back in 70 or 60 to 70 AD. A lot of the Jews built the Colosseum. They were slaves.
Did
you know that?
I know that in the Colosseum they killed Christians.
Yeah, there was that too.
I mean, so it's like you keep saying it's the Romans. You're the Romans. No, we're Roman Catholic. That's what we're called.
Well, they weren't Catholic at the time that they decided to kill 600,000 Jews in the year 60 to 70 AD, because there was no Christian official. Maybe a few in Israel there were. Do you see?
Okay, so there was a pope then, for sure.
Okay, well, be honest about this stuff. Don't just tell me I don't know anything, and you think you know it all. Come on.
So the history.
I live on this stuff.
History is the history. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not really well versed in that sector of history. I'm well versed in church history.
Yeah.
But not necessarily what you're talking about.
I go on to my own experiences with this.
Okay.
And I've told you, I don't want to bore you with it, but you've heard of the St. Anne Catholic Church on Central Park story, where they send out a message to everybody that we are going to be the they were going to kill the St. Anne JKK or something like that, Jewish kike killers. Kikes being a bad word for Jews, and they're not allowed in the park anymore. This was on the corner. That's where I played baseball and went ice skating. Everybody used it. Evanston, Skokie. I was in Skokie. I could walk there. And the parents all came out, and we almost had a riot. I mean, it was full of the church people and full of Jews and everyone else in between.
Okay.
And the cops came and stopped it. But that's the kind of stuff I saw as a kid. I saw it when my lawyer, and also a Christian and a Catholic, Chuck Tote, who you have met, I'm sure. And he was, they had the family, we became such good friends, him being the third against being Hitler's next Hitler, because his uncle was a Tote, and his name was Fritz Todt, and he built the Autobahn, and he also built the weapons for the Nazis. He once told me, he says, Dave, yeah, he did that, but you know what? He really wasn't anti-Semitic. He liked the Jews. And I told him, that's a bunch of BS. And he says, yeah, you're probably right. His uncle asked him to move to Germany in 1941 when he was 8, when this could have happened.
Okay, so let's go to more recent history. Let's talk about your monologue today.
Okay, let's hear it.
You said, as a matter of fact, that the Pope was an anti-Semite.
That's my opinion.
You said the last Pope was an anti-Semite.
Yeah,
that's
your my opinion.
Okay,
right.
It's dead wrong. I mean, you're taking what the media is saying about the man, and
I'm not taking what the media says about the man. I'm saying it. A lot of them aren't saying it. Okay. When you have a pope who doesn't say much when the Jews are attacked, like on 10/7/23.
And was he pope then?
Well, the other pope didn't say much either.
Okay.
All right.
And
then they have a big
last week's.
They have a big crying matter over the fact that Gaza is a mess now. Because the Jews took their righteous way to protect themselves from having babies murdered, from having 1,200 to 1,300 murdered in one day, the equivalent of 41,000 killed here in America.
So I want you to listen to your monologue from last week.
I did. I have.
Listen to it again,
Yeah.
because you went on and on about Pope Leo.
Yeah.
And blaming him for November.
Play the second. Did we play that one yet?
You're blaming him for the attack on the Jews
here
in November.
This is from a Catholic. I'm going to play. Can you play? You can't play the one in the 1 and 2, can you?
I can play 1 and 2.
Yeah, play 1 and 2. Because I think you'll enjoy it.
Last week, David Axelrod walked into the Vatican, Barack Obama's chief strategist, the man who built Obama's campaigns from scratch, and he sat down with Pope Leo the 14th for a private meeting. A man who is not Catholic, not Christian, and has never in his life met a pope before. And I need to walk you through what happened next because it explains everything. Today, I want to cover 5 things. The Axelrod meeting and the media blitz that follow it, why everyone is losing their minds over Trump criticizing the Pope. They are missing the actual story. The Pope's silence on Christians being slaughtered around the world. A tweet from Leo himself that should make every Catholic uncomfortable. And the real reason all of this is happening 8 months before the midterms. David Axelrod flies to Rome. He brings an entourage. He gets a private audience with the Pope. And nobody in the mainstream press asks the obvious question, what exactly does Obama's political strategist need from the head of the Catholic Church? Because here's what happened right after that meeting. The Pope started taking public shots at the Trump administration, and not subtle ones. Direct, pointed criticism of border policy, of the Iran operation, of the entire America First agenda. And then almost on cue, 3 American cardinals showed up on 60 Minutes doing the exact same thing. 3 cardinals on 60 Minutes throwing jabs at a sitting president. And the press covered this like it was spontaneous. Like 3 senior members of the church just happened to book the same interview on the same show in the same week that the Pope started echoing DNC talking points. Meanwhile, the Pentagon had to come out and deny that they threatened the Pope, something the Vatican itself had to walk back. Now, I grew up in a country where I watched politicians use every institution they could get their hands on to push their agenda. The military, the courts, the media, the unions, the church. I know what coordinated political operations look like, and this one has fingerprints all over it. So, Trump fires back, and the whole world clutches its pearls. How dare he criticize the Pope? This is unprecedented. You can't talk to the Holy Father like that. Well, I am a practicing Catholic. I love my faith. I need you to understand that. And I am telling you, Trump has every right to push back.
Okay, that's it, right? Any comments? That's one guy's opinion, but you know what?
Yeah, Joe Biden's
too.
a practicing Catholic in his mind as well, and so is Nancy Pelosi. So,
well, they are,
but they're not actually Catholic, but they think they are. So, at any rate,
have they been dismantled by the Pope?
They've excommunicated themselves already. They just don't realize it. If they had read the Catechism, they would know that.
Well, why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't that be publicized? Why would you want those people hanging on to any measure of being a Christian or a Catholic?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe it's political. I don't know the reason they don't do that. But some of the cardinals have found themselves in the news because they refused to give communion to Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden for that reason.
Yeah,
because they're not truly a part of the church. So,
well, let me ask you a question. If now Jesus is the Messiah, all right, let's assume that's true.
It's absolutely true.
Well, you can't prove it, and I can't prove it either. I think he might be. I don't know, but I don't have the total evidence. But apparently, there wasn't evidence until 300 years after his assassination. But okay, I'll go with that. But let me finish my thought, because if I lose my thoughts, I have trouble. And that is that now when Jesus is to be resurrected, He's supposed to be resurrected in Israel.
When he comes back, he's not going to be resurrected. He was already resurrected.
Okay. When he comes back.
Okay.
Resurrected. He's here. You say he's here. That's fine. We're talking. Okay.
He's already been resurrected. And when he comes back, he's going to come back on a cloud. And I don't.
Yeah. And supposedly he's going to be coming into Israel.
Okay.
He's going to reset up his godliness, or I don't understand it, because it seems like the God that we know as Jews somehow forgot to use the 11th commandment, that you will now deal with the Holy Trinity. Okay. That didn't make sense. I listened to what my wife listens to. She listens to Joyce Meyer a lot, and I like her.
I've met her before.
She's great. Okay, every morning my wife has to watch this woman, and right up until she gets to the parts that, and she's good even with the Jesus parts, but nobody accounts for the fact that Jesus is going to come back. All right, is he going to come back
at the end of the world? Yeah,
and supposedly he's going to come back to Israel, his home.
Okay.
All right. And if there is no Israel, where's he going to come to? Is he going to go to Chicago, LA? This is my monologue from today. Seriously.
I listened to your monologue from today.
And you didn't like it, apparently.
So if we take and look at it that way,
yeah.
I mean, physically, Israel still be there. It wouldn't be blown off the map, and Jesus would appear there if that's what's supposed to happen.
Do you ever wonder how long we've been around, the Jews, and how many attacks we've had on us, including what I told you about Spain, including the.
It's been. I went to Fiddler on the Roof recently. That's the length of my history. Right,
that's my story, really. Yeah. If you want to know, I mean, they were in Russia. We were in Odessa, in the Ukraine, and
beautiful story.
And we came over, around the turn of the century. In fact, they came out later in that movie to live in Chicago, I think. So maybe we're related. I don't know, but that's the way we have been. But we also got back to Israel. And if you don't see the miracles that went into the recalculation of Israel, you're not aware of the history of how that happened. It's an incredible story. Besides which, a lot of them were dispersed by the Romans that went to all these other countries in Europe and also in Africa. Ethiopian Jews. There's Morocco Jews. There's all sorts of Jews all over there. The minute Israel was going to come back, all of them pulled their support from the country of Israel and attacked them and said, "We're here to kill them all." Okay, they beat everybody in the first time, 1948, 4 stinking airplanes, 5 countries after them with full navies, full armies, and they beat them. How does that happen? How does this happen right now with Iran doing that? It's incredible what they've done, and you can't tell me that this isn't a biblical time of miracles from what they've accomplished.
Right. It's been incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this: Catholics, if they want to go to heaven, they got to stop whatever anti-Jewish thing they say, and stop telling Jews you must convert to Christianity. Just leave it alone. We don't tell the Christians you must convert to Jewish. Nobody does that. Okay? It's not necessary, and it puts you, a Catholic who says that, into a situation to where if he goes to meet Jesus and he knows he hates Jews, you might have a problem with Jesus.
So anybody, your little AI friend was correct. Anybody that is truly anti-Semitic is going to have a problem at
That's
the
what I'm
last day.
saying.
So anybody that truly, it doesn't matter if they're Catholic, if they're Christian, if they're Muslim, whatever they are.
Muslim is a different story.
It is. It's a different religion, but they're going to meet Jesus. They just don't know it. So
that I don't know.
Yeah, I do. So I don't know. No, I mean, I'm just saying that's what I've heard. So what I would encourage you to do, Dave, is to take your monologues away from 3/4 bashing the Pope and Catholics in general, and just throw news in there. That's what I would encourage you to do. Because what the last 2 monologues, you didn't have news. You talked about...
That is news.
You talked about... What? You found some opinion piece on something that the Pope said, and all of a sudden...
Every single word of this came from me. Every single word.
Yeah.
And I put it in on Grok to see, and they came back with something else. And I said, you know what? This is better than what they gave me. And that happened the week before, too. All right. And it's not all about Catholics. It's about Israel. It's about
re-listen to last week. You'll be impressed of how much time you spent blaming the current Pope for something that happened 2 years before you became Pope.
You talking about Francis?
No.
Oh,
you're talking about Leo.
Yeah.
You're blaming him for killing.
Did he just mention that that just right at the time he was becoming Pope? Now I don't know if this is true or not, but he had a lot of stuff on media that he took off. But he's also met with David Axelrod. Now, are you saying that was wrong?
Oh, I can get it. Would you like an appointment with him as well? Do you want to come with me?
The Pope?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll go next week. He's back from.
Bring it.
He's
and
back from Africa.
Bring his MAGA brother. Okay, the Trump supporter who happens to be somebody I would respect because he's a Cubs fan, not a White Sox fan. Nobody was a White Sox fan.
So I don't know what was possessed him to see Axelrod, but he's met with he meets with political people all the time.
He says he's part Jewish. His family's part Jewish. Leo.
Okay.
All right. Everybody's a little Jewish in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes sense.
But, even if he's being criticized by a lot more. And by the way, let's talk about the little. Where did you get the first comment about some Jewish soldier? And he destroyed a Christ.
A huge crucifix.
Yeah.
Gargantuan.
Yeah.
Beheaded it.
Did you sent that to me and a bunch of other people, obviously. No,
I just sent it to you.
Did you verify this?
Yes.
How?
How did I verify it?
Yeah. What was your backup on it?
Well, it's interesting that the story's changed a little bit over time. But
really?
Yeah. But
you mean it changed and you said something that may not have been true?
No, I did not. So this guy was the people that were responsible for doing it are in jail currently.
Okay.
Are in big trouble.
Yeah.
And apparently Israel replaced the crucifix.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good enough. So the Italians brought in a proper crucifix. We're talking life-size crucifix. You saw the picture, right?
I saw that, and I saw the Babylon on your follow-up. The Babylon
B. Yeah.
You know what that is, don't you?
No, it's not the B.
It's not the B. Okay,
not the B is actually true.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon I'm going to have to kick your butt out of here. Watch this guy. Do you know Pastor Pat?
I know her very well.
Okay.
So
all right. Anyways, I still love you, but you know what? You need to not discount exactly what I know and don't know before you know it yourself. because I know a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give me a call when you're writing your next homily. I'm
not going to give you a call. You want to write it for me? Is that what you want to do?
I just want.
How about you?
I want to feed some truth to you.
How about you write a contrary one and send it to me?
There you go.
Don't make me do all the work here.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Pastor Pat's going to be talking about her event Saturday, of course. The Rabbi's coming Sunday. So, okay. But Tuesday, we're having Contenders for Life. I want everybody to come. Even if you're pro-choice, you're allowed to come. But it's really designed for people that are pro-life to equip them to be able to defend life, when they're talking to people that may not be pro-life. So it's going to be Tuesday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Go to where is it? I'm sorry.
The church.
Go to the church. It's at
not the Light and Life Church, though.
It's at First Assembly of God, but go to First Assembly of God in Rolla. Yeah.
I love it. This is great. I have all these Christians on my show. I got another Catholic coming on at the last part of the show, too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is fun.
Have them listen to your monologue before they come on.
I have.
Okay.
They have. Nobody's got the problem that you do.
So go to speakersforlife.com/Rolla to register. You'll want to be a part of this. Thanks.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to see Joe Dalton. All right. Thank you. Is he going to shake my hand or not? That's a good question. Okay. And I'm stepping on my ear too. Okay. Thank you, Joe. Hi to Jane. Yeah. Send him a bill. All right. We're going to do another commercial, and we got Pastor Pat right here. All right. And then we'll be done with commercials. Not that I want to be done with commercials, but I appreciate everybody standing by and listening to the show. We're making a lot of progress in the show. And now, and I want to know, does my outfit look okay to you? Because my wife had she really got on my neck about wearing this sweater. So now this guy's getting behind me. This is not good. There's no reason for you to be behind me, sir. Now he wants a hug. Oh, isn't that sweet? Look at this. Yeah, nobody could see it on there, but that's all right. Hi to Jane. This is fun. All right, commercials.
With warmer temperatures right around the corner and allergies ramping up, now's the time to get those AC units serviced. At Hartley's, we pride ourselves in offering outstanding service with fast response times. With proper maintenance, you can make those hot days be a lot cooler and remove those pesky allergens that always seem to find their way into your home. Call us today so you can be living a much cooler and healthier life. Hartley's, community born, community raised, community serving.
Call Hartley's Climate Control today at 573-368-3163.
Never be too coy to tell your friends and family about koi sushi and hibachi. Celebrate the best Chinese Japanese restaurant in the Midwest. Call 573-426-5551 to make a reservation or order takeout. Locally owned, 1808 North Bishop, Rolla, Missouri.
We can sum up McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich in one word. Crispy. But also juicy and tender. Okay, it's crispy, juicy, tender. All one word. But then, also pickle. Oh, and potato bun, which is two words. Okay, we can't sum up our new crispy chicken sandwich in one word, so you'll just have to try it to understand it. Order ahead on the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Merrill's Quarry and Asphalt, 40 years serving cities, counties, and everyday businesses with driveways for people who live and work in our little piece of heaven right smack dab in the middle of America. Call 573-578-9101 for your free estimate of rocking, rolling, paving, driveways, sealing, and striping too. That's 573-578-9101 for your free estimate.
Your home is your castle, you don't need unwanted hassle. Don't let those creatures move in to stay. Let us protect your investments, that's what we're all about. Plank Termite and Pest Control will save the day.
Plank is locally owned and family operated right here in Rolla, a Google preferred business. Our customer service and your satisfaction is our number one goal. So call Plank today at 368-3333.
Plank Termite and Pest Control will save the day.
Busy schedule? Let your locally owned Price Chopper help you save time with online shopping. It's easy. Sign up to tcmarkets.com or download our mobile app in the App Store or Google Play. Create an account and browse through the categories and choose the items you need. When you place your order, your personal shopper will get all of the items you've selected, taking the same care you would and following your notes. We offer free curbside pickup, so you don't even have to get out of your car. Start your online order today and no online shopping fee for a limited time. Go to tcmarkets.com or download our mobile app to get started. Price Chopper. Fresher savings every day. Insurance going up like crazy? Daniel and Henry Insurance is one of the largest private insurance companies in the world. Richard Boyette, 314-444-5011. He's my guy at Daniel and Henry for 10 years. Business or personal, call Richard at 314-444-5011. He's the best.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Rob Willis, an author and writer, and I write nature books. I live here in a ranch on the Ozarks and have published many books over 2 decades of writing. The Trout Adventure series of books was about traveling the world with a camera and a fly rod. The Last Buffalo in Kansas is a true story about one family's journey through 100 years of American history. A couple of years ago, I decided to write a children's nature series of books. 2 of those books have been published. The Adventures of Dog is a story about a puppy that grows up on a ranch in the Ozarks and has fabulous adventures. The Adventures of the Cats R Us Gang is about a group of cats that band together to protect the ranch from a dastardly group of raccoons. Wonderful stories for children, wholesome, about nature and the Ozarks. They're available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and in Walmart even. They're available locally at Reader's Depot. Hey, take a look at them. Thanks a lot.
Maybe it's for a kitchen you've always wanted. Maybe it's just to have a little extra room. Whatever the reason you're considering a new home loan, it's good to know that Town & Country Bank will guide you in the right direction. Our experienced local lenders are here to help you with a new home construction, remodeling projects, and fixed and adjustable rate home loans. You can even start the process online by clicking Online Mortgage Center at tcbanks.com. Smart, friendly solutions. Town & Country Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back, and before I get to my friend, Pastor Pat Maxwell, I'd like to know what you thought of the conversation I had. I think we got a lot of comments here. Let me play a few. Rick Camino. Good morning. You're looking good, Rick. Although you are looking like a monkey, I got to tell you. Patricia Olden Maxwell, the official pastor of the Dave Weinbaum Show, sounding good, looking good, and go team. And she's right here. Shannon Reed, good morning. Good morning, Shannon. Thanks for coming up. The Declaration of Independence was based in faith. In God we trust. Absolutely true. Roy Maddox, good morning from Oklahoma. That was for his buddy, J.J. Bradshaw. And the Democrats are the new version of the mafia. I don't know. That's T, whoever that is. Huh?
Somebody from TFA 3900. That is actually a YouTube comment that we received. So.
Oh, really? Cool. All right. And Aaron Crane, the Dave Weinbaum Show, maybe Trump could try putting out more religiously inspired medical doctor AI artwork to try to win the hearts and minds of more people. And that was sarcasm. Thank you. Yeah, okay. The Dave Weinbaum Show. I'm not very familiar with the political aspects of the Catholic Church. Would the guest mind specifying what they mean by evil people when talking about these individuals? As in, what are the actions, statements, the actions or the actual statements they're made that puts them in the category of being evil? Okay, yeah, all right, that's good. And late breaking news, it's official, nobody is against the Jews. You heard it here first, folks. And heaviest of sarcasm. Yes, okay, we get that. I think he's Jewish, too. Okay, one more. I can't do this. I can't make that his show. Joe Dalton, you spent the last 4/5 of your talk teaching Jews about real Jewish history. Okay. All right, that's enough. I can't do any more. All right, but I thank you for listening and contributing. That's sure true. But I got to talk to this nice lady. She's a pastor, a prophet, friends with Rabbi Moshe, who will be appearing at her church, Life and Light. She's a good friend, and she introduced me to the rabbi, who is the official rabbi of the Dave Weinbaum Show. He's traveling to the United States for the first time he could get here since, I believe, a couple years ago. Yeah, because of the wars. So she's doing great, and we're gonna have a little meeting with the rabbi at the Life and Light Church in St. James. Right?
City
and
of
so
Light
would
and
you
Life.
would you mind telling us, what is that? Oh, she's doing that. I thought my phone was like ringing or something. She's doing the nail things on the table. I'm very sensitive to that stuff because, you never know when it's somebody calling and you've maybe turned the phone off and it starts to rattle. And I've missed so many calls doing that. Do you?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm trying to be as sensitive as I can. And then I'm going to listen to her. Listen to my support of her. Yeah, right. I'm sensitive. Oh, give me a break. Look at this. She's laughing at me. She hates what I say most of the time. If I don't say it, who's going to say it, for goodness sakes? All right, back to Pastor Pat. So it's going to be Sunday, the 26th.
Yes.
At 3:00.
3:00.
And the last time you told me to be for the rabbi in the beginning, it was 3:00. Be there. And I says, well, I'll think about it. And then you called me back 5 minutes later and said what?
I said, Dave, I think you don't understand why I called. And I said, I really want you to meet this rabbi and really hear what he has to say. And I'm going to tell you now, we're not going to try to convert you. We just want you to be with us.
That's the way I remember it too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was true that I thought that because it's been done to me so many times, and it never ends well. As you can see, it doesn't end well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I love Joe and all the Catholic friends I got tons of Catholic friends yet, and they don't understand what I'm saying. Which in the end, it's what you're going to need to do to get to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put more Catholics in heaven than any of them will by just listening to me. In my opinion, what do you think?
Well, yes. I mean, you're dealing with anti-Semitism, and if anyone does have that against Israel or the Jewish people, it's very serious with God. And God said, don't even offend the Jews. And right now, what's happening in our nation and throughout the nations right now are being judged of how they treat Israel. Every one of them, God's watching to see how they treat Israel.
Now, I don't know if I mentioned this enough, but she is a prophet. She can see things that we're not seeing, right?
I see a lot.
Now, you said you had a prophecy over me, but you can't remember it.
I wrote it down the same
God.
time that I wrote it when the Lord gave me one for Rabbi Moshe, and we didn't right then. It wasn't read or anything, and I put it somewhere, and I will find
Did
it.
the word schmuck ever come up?
No.
No, you sure?
No, the
Okay.
word that came up was that God has anointed you and has called you for what you're doing now.
Wow.
That you have a place with Him to fulfill what He wants you to fulfill for the Jewish people, for the Christians, for all of us.
That's kind of what I'm doing. Whoa.
Yep.
And when did this come up? What year did it come up?
I was trying to decipher that. I think the first time that Rabbi Moshe came was like 2012, wasn't it? Wasn't it around 2012?
I thought it was before that.
Was it?
Yeah, about 2010 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 2010. So it was within that time, within probably the first year or so.
Yeah, it might have been even before that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So you mean it was back then that you heard about my prophecy?
Yes, it was. I don't know what year it was, but the Lord gave me a word for him and for you at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, and I read it there.
Did you say, and now what about this Weinbaum guy, or the Lord actually said?
No, he gives me rhyming prophecy. It rhymes. And in it, he called your name. And he said that you're called for this purpose and for this reason. That's why it's inside of you so strongly. That's why the purpose and the plan is there inside of you. And that's why you feel like you have to pursue this and have to do this, because the Lord is unctioning you to do this.
Yeah. I'm sitting here listening, and it's really does affect me. I said, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? My purpose has always been to be truthful about stuff, and to enjoy the fact that I don't have to worry about going to hell or heaven, that I think God really kind of likes me, and I'm going to do my best to show him that I'm worthy of him.
Yes.
And I can't do that being silent. I can't do that being silent. I have to argue I have to fight for God.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people who are saying these things are going to have to deal with Jesus. Now, yes. I would love to meet Jesus. All right, and find out stuff, and find out what he really thought, and whether and if he's real, he'll be there, and he will come and see me,
mm-hmm.
and he will ask my questions. Just showing up would be amazing. All right,
mm-hmm.
But then I've got to deal with God, and that's a terrible choice to try to make people take. You're no good as a Jew, come be a Christian. You're no good Jew, be a Christian, you'll be better. See, that doesn't go well with me. I don't buy that. And I don't think Jesus would either, for goodness sakes. He's Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get on to okay. If a Christian church says Israel and Jews must be destroyed, where would Jesus go to resurrect the world? Chicago? St. James?
He's going to Jerusalem.
Exactly. So if we listen to some of the popes who say end the war with Iran, knowing full well they are trying to kill every Jew from the river to the sea, along with 8 other or 700 countries, what would you say to the Pope that said shut down the war with Iran?
I'd say it needs to continue.
Yeah.
And it needs to, Iran needs to be stopped totally. And because they have, for how many years now, bombed Israel and has come against
as
Israel
often as they could.
as often as they
Yeah.
could. And God has put in a man. He's not a God himself, but God has ordained him also, has put in a man to help stop all of this that's going on. And I think that people need to be able to see that. They need to be able to see. And I know there'll be all kinds of opinions about, everybody has opinions about everybody.
Yeah.
But they need to stop and see the hand of God in what's going on. The nations have never been in this place before. What's happening has never been like this before. And people need to get their eyes opened. They need to be awakened to the fact, and that's the cardinals or the popes or anybody, all of us need to have our eyes opened and awakened to what God's doing in this hour and in this time. And unless there's really a miracle that will happen with Iran, there's the only thing that will stop them from doing what they've done all these years is doing what President Trump has said. Just if he has to annihilate them, or has to, if it has to come to all what he's been talking about, then that's what has to happen. Nobody wants that. President Trump does not want that. But I have this little booklet here. There's a minister named Billy Brim that's in Branson, a lady that has Prayer Mountain. And I misplaced the one book about dividing. There's 3 kinds of people on the earth. And it's a real good book that talks about the Jewish people, the Christians, and the nations. And I'll have to find it. I had it with me on a trip, and I've got to find it. But this is another one here, and she's talking about the land, the promised land to Israel. And God promised this land, and all that the Jewish people are doing is following what God has put in their heart to do.
I mean, yeah.
And to keep their land that he has promised them and told them to keep.
Yes.
And
to fight for.
And to fight for it. And so that means whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Fight for it.
Exactly. And he's not telling the Jews to go out and conquer. He's telling them to defend themselves.
Right.
And if somebody attacks, it's got to be really bad so they don't do it again.
That's right.
The result, the response has
and
to be.
I'm so glad that they're doing that, because like you said, we Christians believe Jesus is coming back to Jerusalem.
Okay.
And,
Sure. And Jerusalem is going to play a very important part of the world.
Very important. There'll be what you call the millennium. There'll be many things after that. And but he will set up his kingdom.
What is this about end of times then? If Jesus comes back, it's the end of time. I don't understand.
There's no end of time.
Okay.
There's
I
a
think
time
Joe says
zone.
something about that.
There's an age, what we call the church age.
Uh-huh.
And when Adam and Eve gave dominion over to Lucifer, and he was cast out, the Lord gave him 6,000 years. That's all. That's his timing. 6,000 years. Yeah. Well, we're real close. We don't know the exact timing right now, but we're getting closer and closer to the end of that 6,000 years, what Christians call the church age.
Uh-huh.
But after that, there's many, many, many more things to happen. There will be no end of time. I mean, there is no end, because God is endless. He's created all. And after the things that we know are set up and done, it's still going to go on and on.
Yeah.
Once you're created, you go on, and it'll be glorious when you think about, and you think about all the galaxies, you think about everything that he has created.
Yeah.
We just see a portion
Yeah, we don't
and
even
a
know.
small portion
Yeah.
of that. It is awesome what God has in mind for those that will love him. He's always wanted a family. That's what happened in the garden. God was there. He's God, but he wanted a family. So he made Adam and Eve because he's a father God. And he loves us so much.
Yeah, and one guest, McCluskey, claimed he was a war god.
If he has to be,
yeah.
If he has to,
Yeah.
okay. Let
it
me
was
give you
it was
a scenario.
derogatory though.
Let me give you
the way
this.
he said it.
No, and let me give you the
And
scenario.
he's another Catholic, and
when
he's a friend.
JP was growing up,
Yeah.
with Jim and me, and we, had our family going. Everything's fine, and we're not out there trying to fight with people or try to war with people, and we're and we go along our daily life, and we're doing fine. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes up to Jim or me and says, "Okay, I'm going to hurt him."
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like, try to hurt him, or I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to take care of him. What do you think we would do as parents?
I think you'd attack them.
We'd say,
first.
"Oh no, you're not."
Yeah.
And we would step in and do
whatever
we need to do to protect our
That's
child.
the whole idea.
This is the whole
Nobody
idea.
tells Israel you have to stand down, and not even a pope.
No.
That's outrageous, and it's self-defeating as a pope. What is a pope, for goodness sake? The holy pope. Give me a break. All right, the guy's from Chicago. Okay.
Yeah.
Need I say more? But no, and he didn't do the right things. All right, he didn't say, "I would like to see the end of this war both ways." Okay, but you don't do that and not and then throw insults to Israel as if we're somehow responsible for trying to stay alive for the last 5,000 or 4,000 years.
And look how long the Jewish people have had to fight that.
Yeah.
And they're just longing with this president here. They're just longing for something to be done that they can just relax and live their lives with their children and their families.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. So is Trump anointed too?
Oh yeah.
I think he is.
That word, sometime when I come in, I read that word here one time. Oh, it's been quite a while back. But the Lord gave me a word for him too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, how he's anointed. Mm-hmm.
I want to know. Was it the shooting thing when he got shot in the
ear?
No,
this was way before. I got this word way before.
So maybe he's anointed twice.
Oh
well, he was elected twice, so why not?
Well, he's called. He's called for this place. So, yeah.
So that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I've covered just about everything. There's nothing like reading a book with a glass of Chardonnay. Actually, you can forget the book. All right, Pastor Pat. Thank you so much. You were great as usual. And if you want to hang out, I got another Catholic coming on. His name is Richard C. In fact, it might be pretty interesting. Richard C. Jeffrey. And
but Jordan will be before him, though.
Oh, Jordan is before him. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Well, but even Jordan, she's a young Jewish TP. See, I'm getting my. That's why I write everything down. I get my number. I get it all mixed up. Anyways, Jordan Brace will be with us. She's a head of a TPU. What?
TPUSA.
SA, yeah.
Oh, great.
I didn't have to use that.
Great.
But thanks for correcting me like usual. Jeez. TPU, okay? It stands for TPUSA. I don't like to have to stretch things out if I don't have to.
I'm going to call you on that one.
Okay. You can call me. Where's my phone? Yeah, call me later.
Call me.
Then if I don't answer the phone, I'll get back to you someday. Okay. Oh my God, I could just do humor with you remember the Gracie and the old guy Burns, George Burns,
barely,
yeah, lived to be 100 years old, and she was saying stuff, and he'd create humor out of that. We do that. We do that.
You ought to have a show of just you two, just.
Well, yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
That wouldn't last too long. I don't know. We want to stay married, I think. I do.
Maybe
I want to
you
stay married.
could become Ricky and Lucy.
Yeah. How long did they last? Okay.
Well, for a while.
I know. She really loved him, though. I think they loved each other.
I do.
Yeah.
I do, too.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you for coming in, and I appreciate the information. You got any more information about me? Let me know, okay?
Yes, I will find that.
Because I feel like I've got something here, and I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes thinking I had a phone call. And this morning, for example, I was talking to a phony phone. It wasn't there. It was just 4 minutes before the alarm went off, and I thought it was a call for me. And that stuff like that happens.
That's God. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Wake
That's
up.
God.
Wake up, idiot. It's time for you to go to work. I says, okay.
No,
you got it. Okay.
That's the Lord talking to you.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things that happen like that. I got to ask him if I can find my muscle puncher. I lost it somewhere. The thing is, you pull it to your legs, and it makes your blood circulate and things like that. Massage gun.
Oh.
Yes. All right.
Still can't find it.
I haven't heard about that.
No. But stuff like that happens to me all the time, and then a week or two later, maybe sometimes even a month, suddenly it appears.
Right.
How does that happen like that? Is he playing games?
Yeah, and as you listen more and more, as you're more and more open, he'll lead you even more and more.
So
okay,
I'll give you one that will probably just, people may not believe me. It's fine. It's my experience. I know it's true. I was at the house one time by myself.
Yeah.
Could not find my wallet.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
I looked. My bed was made. I'm looking on the bed. I'm looking under stuff. I'm looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Retracing my steps. I cannot find it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think I left it in town. I had to have left it somewhere because everywhere it should be, it's not.
Right.
And I kept looking, and again, the bed is made. I can see that there's nothing on the bed besides the pillows at the top and like the blanket at the foot of the bed. There's absolutely nothing. And so I'm looking all around, and I received what we would call a prompting. You need to go back downstairs and look. And I said, here I am, like.
Who prompted you?
It would be called the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, okay.
And I said, there's no reason to. It's not down there. Go back down and look. Okay. I go down and look, and it's sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Just sitting there. The bed that you've thoroughly gone over and said there's nothing there.
And there was nobody
else. And it was on top of the bed, not inside the covers.
It was on top, on my side, at the foot of the bed where I couldn't miss it.
That happens to me.
There's no
stuff
way.
Like that. Ridiculous.
It wasn't there before.
So is he playing with us?
No, he's helping us. The Bible says that he's our helper.
Okay.
He's our lawyer. He's our advocate.
Okay.
He'll help us with everything.
I thoroughly believe that I left it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And he had it brought back to me.
Okay. I'm going to pray for
and something that you really care.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be something you're just like caring so much for, but he'll help you with any of that. But it's especially something that's dear to you. It's dear to him.
Yeah.
And I had that start happening in the 80s when I traveled to Germany and did ministry. And then I came back, and we were at the McDonald's over the road coming back from somewhere. And I had bought something for him. He was small. He was a child. And I was just so excited to give that to him. Well, I went in the house and I didn't have it. I thought, what did I do with that? I looked all over in my van. I searched everything I could search, looked thoroughly everywhere. And then when I just prayed, I said, Lord, I want that for him. So when I came back out to the van, there it was. sitting on top of the seat.
Yeah.
In the bag.
I see that.
Sitting right there. And I was able to give it to him so joyously. I started noticing that from that time on. And since, I tell you, he'll find things for you. He will find things.
I've told other people that story, and they were like, well, someone else in the house brought it to you. I was alone in the house. Nobody came behind me and found it and sat it down.
And that's what I asked.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen it.
I asked some of the others at the house.
She sees it 10 times a day.
Yeah.
It's true. This morning, where's my phone? It's in her hand. Is that wrong?
That happens.
I've done that with the remote control. I'm sitting there. Where is the remote? I can't find the remote, and it's in my hand. I have done that.
If people would just realize how much the Lord loves everybody, and He wants to be in their lives daily.
I think that more and
walk
more.
and talk and commune.
I don't think I realized that until getting a little older than I was when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling now that what I did earlier in my life was a big boost from him to me, because I thought I was worthless. And a lot of people end up like that. And, I wasn't praying regularly or anything like that. I had an inclination to believe, but not real.
But He knows your heart, Dave.
Yeah, I guess so.
He knows your heart.
I guess I hope so.
And He was helping you on your path. In the Hebrew,
yeah,
it's called derek.
Yeah.
Your path is your derek. That's the Hebrew word. And so He was helping you to fulfill your derek in life. Mm-hmm.
My Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not my Lisa. My Derek.
Get on down your Derek.
I think I hope. Does God have a sense of humor?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because He made so many comics out of Jews. I see so many comedians are Jewish. That's a very interesting thing to me too, because I feel like I'm a little bit of a comic, and I know a joke writer, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
And,
yes, he's very joyful.
Yeah.
Very joyful.
Again, just a reminder, everybody, on Sunday, City of Light and Life Ministries, 3:00. Rabbi Moshe finally back in town after what, 2-3 years?
Couple years.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. So,
and Rabbi Moshe will be very interesting to hear after all that's gone on. We're going to be looking for what he's advocating and what he's learned, and
Q&A. There'll be Q&A.
Q&A, yeah.
Well, he said he'll have copies of his book, which we have here that we display every week.
Yes,
they're available for sale. So
show it up there. What? Oh, and look who's there. We've got Jordan Grace, and she's going to be on next.
Okay.
You're always welcome to stay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you later. Let's hear it. Let's hear it once more for
we've advertised it everywhere.
Pastor Pat Maxwell. And now we have 18-year-old high school student. She's an athlete. She's into politics, and she's president of a TPU organization down there in California, or west of us, I guess we could say. Please welcome to the show again, Jordan Brace. Okay.
Hi, thank you for having me on again.
Hey, great to have you. Thanks for your kind words about our tragedy that we had.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry for that.
And I appreciate you. And we're trying to get back to life. It was a horrible situation, and even Mom is getting better. Her mother, my granddaughter's mother, works here in the office. She's the office manager here.
Oh, wow.
We all get along. She's the ex-wife of my son, whose wife. They're best friends now. Everybody's good friends. We got a great family. And, I would wish that in everyone. I didn't always have that, though. So I'm very grateful for that. And we have the great pastor of all time here, Pastor Pat Maxwell. Do you want to go back and sit down? Listen to this young lady. She's a smart gal. She's a tough gal. So I was going to ask you, what's going on in California with the elections?
Well, I'm getting my hopes up a little bit. The polls are kind of swinging back and forth right now,
Yeah.
but it's looking like in the general election, we could end up having two Republican candidates for the
Wow.
first time in history ever since we changed our election system. That would be mind-blowing
Who do
if
you
that
like?
happened in our state.
Who do you? I like Hilton,
I do
even,
too.
even though he's a Brit. I think
Yeah, that's okay
I think
though.
he's
I
a
like
smart
his
guy.
Yeah, I like what he believes in.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I like him. So how's your TPU group going?
It's going pretty well. We're honestly taking things a little slowly, like going a little bit at a time, if that makes sense, because we all get busy with school and we all get busy with sports. So
Yeah.
it's like hard to coordinate things sometimes, but it's going well.
Now, are you a junior or a senior?
I'm a senior.
Senior. And you going to go to college?
Mhm.
Do you have one picked out?
I do. I'm majoring in psychology though, and I'm going to minor in business.
Yeah. A minor in what?
Business.
Business. Oh, okay. And you're a writer as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about the books again.
I'm writing a short book on Charlie Kirk's legacy just to kind of inspire the young generation of conservatives. And I'm also just kind of for fun writing a murder mystery, just kind of leaning away from the usual politics that I do, just because, I'm very interested in criminology and all that kind of thing. So I figured may as well write a book about it.
Well, that's kind of cool. You're a young person. You got talent. Use it.
Thank you.
Use it. I'm going to write a book maybe, and I'm getting old. It's getting old. But
It's never too late.
I have with me. I want to formally introduce you to Pastor Pat Maxwell here. She's the reason I met the rabbi in Israel, and he's going to appear. He appeared in her church, and it was really interesting. And we all get together. We all like each other. Pastor Pat is her husband used to do my refrigeration in the McDonald's, and her little son here used to steal all the ice cream. Yeah, so
Hi.
yeah, and so he's the producer of the show. So, Pastor Pat, what do you think of an 18-year-old being in this position?
Awesome.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. How's mom doing? Is she going to make an appearance like she usually does with the dog?
No, she's working right now.
Okay. All right, so let's get serious here. What's your take on the Iran war?
So my take is I do think that initially bombing them was necessary for the safety of our country. I don't think that's what anyone wanted to happen, but it was what it came down to. Now that we're in a state of entering into a ceasefire, I'm also glad about that because it sounds like arrangements are being made. Doesn't look like we're in any immediate danger. So I think that what's happening right now is going well, and I hope that we continue to make peace.
What do you prophesize in terms of what Trump is going after and what you think is going to happen after all this is settled with Iran? Because it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah, this is definitely going to take some time.
Yeah.
It's hard to say just because I feel like we've had so much conflict with Iran for so long that I don't I can't really say how this is gonna turn out. I'm hoping it's gonna go well, but I don't really wanna make any predictions or jinx anything just 'cause I'm I do have my concerns still, but I do think we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm with you there. The Iran situation, and I'm with Trump. He doesn't want to go
Yeah.
out and kill people. He doesn't want to do that. He wants them to give it up, and because they have been beaten, they don't have any military to speak of. and they're all spread out. All these mullahs and things like that, and 80% of the country are Persians. They're not Shia Muslims, and they want their country back. The country
Yeah.
from them in 1979 and given to the mullahs in 1979 by Carter, President Carter. So it's time probably to get them back, and if they want to cooperate with each other in terms of the people that are left from the Shia Muslims, fine, and let them become an Abraham Accord country, like so many of them have, and so many of them want to do, like Saudi Arabia. I mean, they've turned after bombing Saudi Arabia and several of the other Arab countries. They've turned enemies. They were friends and now they're enemies, and so we have a tremendous opportunity to go in and make friends of these people and make it a really great situation that it's never been. What do you think?
Right. And then on top of what you were saying, I mean, citizens of Iran, many of them were happy when their supreme leader was taken out.
Yeah.
They weren't sad, they were happy because they had some freedom now.
Yeah.
They could speak freely. They didn't have to worry for their lives on a daily basis. I mean, sure, there were people that respected the supreme leader for whatever reason, but it's different country, different customs. But the fact of the matter is, he was an evil person. So I really do want us to move in the right direction because, like you said, the Persians want their country back.
Yeah.
So, like, we need to make sure that people of all countries have their rights and that we can do whatever we can within our limits to help others.
Yeah. And as a Jewish person, which you are and I am, it's not our job to go gain countries and to keep as our own. We don't do that.
Right.
In fact, we try to share our country, and that's what happened. We were too nice to them in the first place, and they turned on us. And so, God willing, we can have this turnaround if we have enough of these countries that will go along with an Abraham Accord, where we're all looking to make good on our lives and do great things for our children. That's got to change in some of these countries, and especially Iran. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pat.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of wanted to have you meet her. She actually tied me in with the rabbi about I'd say about 17 years ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
18 years ago, and he comes to my house and we visit. And he goes to her church and he tells him, and then he talks to evangelists all over the world, literally. And basically, the basic premise is we should not be enemies. We should be friends, because we're too much alike for us to be enemies. And he was so right. And he's got a big group of people because of Pastor Pat. It was the first church he'd ever been to in his life, which I didn't know until a couple years ago. So, so that's the kind of thing. What is your philosophy towards that kind of thing?
Well, sorry, I had a brain fog for a second.
I live with it.
Yeah, long night. But
you want to tell us about that? You had a long night. What does that mean?
A lot of homework, basically. Long story short, just had a lot, kept me up.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. You know.
I'm glad to be here too. Sorry for that. I just had like a quick moment of exhaustion, but
It's all right.
I'm snapping back into it.
All right. So, what do you think about us living our lives trying to do good and trying to work for God?
Oh,
Basically.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I try to live like that as much as possible. Um, I do think that we should help others whenever necessary, feed the homeless, help those in need, help support nonprofit organizations that are near you. There is so much that we can do. And I think people, especially in my generation, think that we're limited because of our age and that there's only so much we can do. There is a lot that we can do. We just need to be open to it.
Sure. And as you're growing up, you're going to see a lot of phony medicines. That's what I found, quite frankly. There's a lot of phony medicines going out that are somehow bought and sold by our Congress and given awards of oh, it's working, but here's somebody who says, I enjoy this show. I like Ms. Brace's insight as well.
Thank you.
TFA 3900. All right, and that's from YouTube. How about that?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you're getting a little fan source, and have you crossed the 200,000 mark on X?
Not yet. I'm at 185 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. 185,000, don't make yourself look like 185. 185,000. No, we're almost 200,000. It's almost 500,000.
Thank you.
I am Jewish. Okay. Yes. Well, that's what Trump would say. It's not
That's
long
true,
before
yeah.
500,000. He's already talking about the 50,000. He says at this point, if we didn't have that war, we'd been at 100,000. The stock market.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, probably. So sometimes, tell me what you think of this. Sometimes you have to toast peace and the war that achieved it. Think about that. Think about past wars.
Peace.
World War II. World War I, I don't know about that. We hardly fought in that. We still lost a lot of people. It was a European war. It wasn't a world war. But World War II was, and we were attacked by the Japanese unknowingly in 1941, December 7th.
Right.
And they killed about 1,300 people, sort of like what was killed in Israel.
I know.
We retaliated, and then Germany came in the war, and we went to Europe and all this other stuff where my uncle, who I'm named for, was killed by he was killed by a Nazi.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
As a tank commander in World War II, and he was killed, and the guy that was with him on a reconnaissance mission in a Jeep, they let him live to tell the story 2 weeks before the war ended. And that's right.
Wow.
From David Michael Weinbaum. Now, Michael Weinbaum was my grandfather, but do you trace your history at all?
Not a whole lot. I did have a family member, I believe it was my great grandmother. She survived the Holocaust.
Really?
Yes, I'm very glad that she survived. That when they freed everyone, that she was able to get out. I know that there are so many people that aren't that lucky. I don't trace my family history a whole lot, but I do look up to her even though I never met her. Um, she is truly an inspiration.
Now, you are a Rosenberg, is that correct?
Bloom, yeah.
Rosenblum, okay. So why do you go with Grace instead of Rosenblum?
Brace is my dad's last name, so I
Okay.
kind of just when I was born, kind of just took my dad's last name.
All right. Cool. So what else about your family should we know?
Well, I was kind of raised in like a split sort of family. My mom's side of the family is Jewish, but my dad's side of the family is Lutheran. So I
Wow.
even though I don't see that side of the family as often as I used to. Um, they did have some customs that they would want to introduce me to. I didn't practice any of the Lutheran or Christian customs, but my dad and his side of the family were Christians. There were a lot of things that I didn't participate in, like holidays,
Yeah.
things like that. And they would sometimes my grandmother, rest in peace, would she would like try to serve ham, and I'm like, I can't eat that.
Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that too. And I don't go to church. I don't go to temple anymore. I told you something was going to happen, didn't I?
Yeah, that was my
He's back.
dog scratching at the
Oh, it's your
window.
dog. Your dog's all right. So, who are your enemies in California? Do you have demonstrations at your meetings against TPU?
We haven't had any demonstrations so far, but I did attend an event towards the impeachment of Gavin Newsom. I'm so excited for him to be gone soon. I mean, I would say Eric Swalwell, but
Did
he's
you
not a
know of
resident of
him?
California.
Did you know of him during the before he dropped out, Swalwell?
Eric Swalwell, yeah. Yeah,
You
I
knew, you
knew.
knew he was a rapist and all that?
Well, I definitely had my suspicions because there were the allegations, like there were just, or not, I shouldn't say allegations, there were rumors, and I fully believed it, knowing him. And then the allegations came out and he dropped out, and that just confirmed what basically everyone already knew.
Yeah. And how long did Nancy Pelosi know that? That was her pick for everything.
Oh, I have no doubt that she was fully aware the entire time,
Yeah.
and that she was using him for the election to her own advantage and to the advantage of the entire Democratic Party.
Sure.
I truly don't believe that she had no idea. That's what she's trying to claim to make herself look good,
Yeah.
but I don't believe it for a second.
Nobody believes it. I mean, I don't think anybody really believes that she didn't know. No,
Maybe people
they
can
all
gaslight
knew.
themselves.
Huh?
Maybe people can gaslight themselves.
Well, yeah, they can, but I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got at least six women claiming that he drugged and tried to, at least most of them, drugged and either raped them or almost killed them in one case.
Yeah. I remember I saw that woman speaking on the news about how he literally choked her.
Yeah.
It was terrifying to
Yeah,
think
it really
about.
was. Yeah. I'd have to turn it off once in a while because it kept coming on. But, that's just the way it is. You got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. So Southern PLC, I'll just put it like that. You know what that is?
Yeah, the Southern Poverty Law Center. I know.
I knew that.
I know about it. Yeah.
See, that's how I work. I get people to say it because I always forget that kind of crap. As they violated the law by paying MAGA haters to scream and attack Republicans. As Steve Hilton, that's a quote from Steve Hilton, who I like as well as you do. And you think there's going to be a Southern PLC in about 2 years? I'm not sure if there is.
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think ever since Todd Blanche took over and is now investigating these people who are allegedly supporting the KKK and Aryan groups, I don't think they're going to exist for much longer.
Now, is he the replacement for Bondi?
I did. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, he is the replacement for
Yeah.
Bondi. Sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, he is the replacement.
All right,
And
one
I
more
am
question, 'cause I
so
know.
glad.
Yeah, go ahead. You're so
Sorry,
glad?
I'm so glad that President Trump got rid of her. She did
What happened?
absolutely nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Are you
also
sure? Now, how do you
yeah.
know this?
Well, I was doing some research a little earlier, and I came across this article. Actually, a couple articles were saying essentially the same thing. There were victims of the Epstein files calling her out for not doing anything,
Yeah.
refusing to attend hearings. She was doing absolutely nothing to uncover evidence about the Epstein files, and that is,
And she
I
said
think,
she had all. See, my thing was, she said, "I've got all the evidence now," and then nothing for weeks.
yeah.
And I wonder if that's why she got it. I
I
mean,
bet that is why she got it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, I guess
and
so.
I'm glad that Todd Blanche is taking initiative.
Okay, so he's the head of the DOJ right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Well, I think you need a rest. So, other than Dave Weinbaum show, where can people find and contribute?
I have my X page, Jordan Brace 8, and then I have my podcast Brace Yourself on YouTube.
I love that. Brace yourself. Okay.
Thank you. And then can I
Yeah,
just say
that's
one more thing?
cool. Can I do a Weinbaum yourself thing? I don't think that's going to work. I don't, not for me, but for you, that's pretty good. And just a little advice: when you give to righteous stranger, you're doing what God anointed us for. In other words, if you, as you mentioned earlier, to help whatever you see as people who need something, and if you can give them to that, we were just talking about it under Pastor Pat, and I had this anointed thing in front of me before I talked to her about it, because she has been anointed, and now she's saying, which is really crazy, she thinks I've been anointed. So
Really?
well, it's just now she announced that. So and soon you will be too, I'm sure. Okay, so let's all
Thank
hear
you.
it for
Oh,
yes,
I'm so sorry. Can I add one more thing?
of course.
I just kind of wanted to say to Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, Shabbat Shalom.
It's not a swear word. Christians out there, this is not swearing at them. This is being kind to people you don't like. Okay.
I know.
Isn't that something? Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing that up. That'll lead into my next Catholic guest here. He's a friend though, and I got a lot of friends who are Catholics. I'm trying to kick their butts into doing the right things, and quite frankly, some of it's working, some of it ain't. So, all right, you take care of yourself. Let's hear it for Jordan Brace.
Thank you.
So
Have a
much.
great
Yeah,
rest of your day.
have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye bye. All right, we have another guest. We're all out of elections. I mean, commercials. Well, that's kind of like an election. Do you elect to buy this? I don't know. Okay, this man is an author.
What the hell was that?
I didn't get him
Muted sound. I got
Okay.
it. Okay.
Man is
Hopefully we get the right
things going for us. This man is an author, a poet, a space alien, an expert on time travel and predictions about occurrences from ancient to the Trump's connection to all of it. And I'd like to welcome Richard Jeffrey.
Thank you, Dave.
You look like some of those guys that got taken by the NFL teams last night.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Mondovi.
Not related.
Yeah, God related or not related. Yeah, okay.
Not really.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, so
yeah,
I'm glad to be on your show again today.
Well, I'm glad to have you on there, and you got 12 people from high tech who are dead or have disappeared since 2021. And I've heard that you might know what's going on there.
Well, I'll tell you, since about mid-1923, at least 10 or 11 scientists have gone missing or died. And a lot of them were involved with nuclear research and UFO research as well. So they include really important nuclear scientists, and it's concerning.
Did you know any of these scientists?
No, but my scientist friends, and I have a number of them, think that this has the earmarks of Chinese espionage.
Oh my! All right, so
well, you know, the Chinese have been stealing our technology for decades.
Well, sure they have. They've been given it by recent presidents, for goodness sakes. Nixon wanted to give everything to them.
Oh yeah.
Nixon and Kissinger, and had 1972, and had meetings with the Chinese, and
Opening
they wanted
up
to be
China. I know. I remember.
Their buddies, you know. And
But,
open
you
up
know,
China.
Since Trump has been removing a lot of Chinese spies from our country.
Yeah.
Xi Jinping might be trying another tactic here. If he can't steal American technology, then he could hamper its development by taking out key people in the industries.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting. Well, they say they're doing a hot investigation. They're finding not all of these people may not have been murdered. Some have died of natural causes, they think. But you know, it's too many. It's too many at this one place and time that there isn't something nefarious going on. In my opinion, the odds are that there is.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
You know, it's open. It's ripe for a conspiracy theory, but we have to get to the root of it. We really do, because we're losing a lot of people.
So let me ask you a question about the Pope. I hear you're buddies with the Pope, you know, Pope Leo, and know his brother and all that stuff, and go out and party with his brother. You know, he's a MAGA Cub fan, which I'm sure you are, right? Are you a Cub fan?
Well, I'm actually a South Sider.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's the White Sox. Were you born were you you say you're from the South Side of Chicago?
Well, I had family and grew up a little bit on the South Side around 63rd and Kedzie. They called it the Marquette Park area.
63rd and something is where my father had had one of his liquor stores. You were right next to him.
We might have bought liquor there.
Catholics don't drink, do they?
Oh. Table wine.
Table wine. Yeah, sure. Okay. So
about the Pope.
The Pope.
You know,
yeah. Let's talk about that.
Very strange that for the first time in history, a Pope comes from the United States. But not only does he come from the United States, he comes from Illinois, which is a solidly Democratic state, and a governor with billions of dollars at his disposal. I'm thinking
a Jewish governor, no less.
Yes, well, that doesn't matter, you know.
Oh, I know.
When it comes to left and right,
the money overplays that, right?
Yep.
So if maybe now I've got Pastor Pat here, who's the official pastor of the Dave Weinbaum Show, and her son.
Hi, Pastor Pat.
Hi. So this man has been a good friend for about 5 years or so.
It's been
about
a while.
right, yeah. And he is he's a brilliant guy. He's got a couple of books out. Name your books, okay?
Well, I have the Ballad of Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
Actually, I went under a pseudonym.
Yeah.
For that, because I didn't want my house burned down at the time.
Yeah.
And I also have A is for America. And what I do in that book I write poems. Whoa, are we okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I write poems for each letter of the alphabet. 2 poems.
Yeah.
Describing a cultural place, event, or person. And so I've been getting a lot of sales, good sales.
Good.
Because
shows books or book.
Schools are actually putting these books
into
the classrooms to teach American culture because
hey.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, JP.
Yeah, it is. A is for America. That's his second book, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've got a 3rd book coming out this summer. It's called Through the Mists of Time.
Oh, yeah. Well, sounds good.
And it's a time travel novel that you will not want to miss.
Yeah, he's involved in time travel.
Nikolai Tesla.
Nikolai Tesla?
Yes, sir.
It is what now? Signed by him?
No, it started when Nikolai Tesla passes away.
Okay, that was in 1943, right?
Right.
Yeah.
His writings and all of his models and equations went to
government.
one Dr. John Trump.
Okay. Yeah, and Trump is involved in this. Do you believe this?
Yeah. So I was so amazed by the truth of the matter that I took off and filled in the dots. And at the end of this novel, you're going to be on Mars.
Wow.
Just a little spoiler there, but it's a great book.
Honey,
I wish you'd pick it up.
I'm going to need a heavier coat than this, I think. You said I was going to be on Mars. So.
Take an oxygen tank.
Take an oxygen tank. Okay.
Please do that.
Thanks for your help.
Please do that.
Yes. Okay. So
hey, since the pastor is here,
yes,
I want to talk a little bit about religion.
Please do. He's a Catholic.
First, I'm going to make everybody mad today. I'm going to ruffle some
go ahead.
feathers. And first of all, let's start with the Muslims. Let's start with them.
Okay.
Fair game. Well, Allah was actually one of the many gods that the Bedouins worshipped. He was one in a pantheon of gods, a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Okay? And he happened to be the moon god.
Yeah.
So when Muhammad got the idea that he wanted to modernize his religion and make it monotheistic, he took Allah, the moon god, which was actually the war god as well, and made him the Almighty, the Creator.
Yeah.
So it is no wonder that it's part of the Islamic culture to proselytize people at the point of a sword. Either you become a believer or you're fair game here.
Yeah.
We're going to take you out.
Yeah. And that's what it is for everybody. Pretty much you have to do it, and you have to do it our way or we kill you.
Yeah.
Right? What's your reaction to that?
When you look at the flags of all the Islamic countries, what does it have on it?
I think it's a communist.
No, it's got the crescent moon.
Oh, crescent moon. Okay, that's sort of like communist.
Because Allah is the moon god.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, what happened in 622 to piss off Muhammad so much that he said that if you don't convert to what you're saying, we will kill you. And he started off with Jews. There was Christians back then, but not many. But he started off basically with the Jews because he wanted them badly. And the Jews were friendly with the guy, but said, no, we don't want to really go do that. And that's when he started pretty much wanting to kill Jews. Is that wrong?
Yeah. No, it is, and it's no coincidence that the Nazis,
of
World War II, had very close relations to to Muslims.
Sure.
Very close relations.
Sure. Yeah. Very
You know,
close.
and
Now
because-
I'm wondering about the Pope. What did the Pope do to save any Jews in World War II?
It's pathetic.
Is it? Okay, I don't know. I mean, some say, oh yeah, he was involved in saving Jews, and some say
Well,
he didn't do anything.
He may have been. He may have been.
Yeah.
But as a Christian,
Yeah.
I think he could have spoken out a lot more and done a lot more.
Yeah, it seems that way to me too. But
What do you think?
I want to have the
Pastor
facts.
Pat? What's your thought on it?
Yeah, what's your thought on it, Pastor Pat?
About him speaking out more?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely. It should be spoken out everywhere.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
And now you've got a guy, Leo, who pretty well has put the blame of war on Israel. And you know, my question is, he is the holy Pope, and how does he do that? And he loves Christ, right? How does he do that and blame a Jew for everything in Christ? And how are Catholics, of which you are one, going to, when you die, you're going to see Jesus. You believe you're going to see Jesus, right? And if you've been plastering Jews all this time, how are you going to get into heaven? That could be a problem. Number one. Number two, if you lose Israel, where is Christ going to appear? He's supposed to go to Jerusalem. And if there's no Jerusalem, where's he going to go? Chicago? Huh?
Salt Lake
Seriously,
City.
Salt Lake City. Okay, all right. There you go. You're a weasel.
I'm teasing you.
I love the Catholics.
Oh my God.
They all. I have fun talking to them. You know.
Oh my. So anyway, yeah, Pope Leo, I believe, is a leftist.
So
he said he demanded that the war in Iran stop right now.
Yeah.
But he doesn't understand
right
that if that war didn't take place, we would have had a nuclear conflagration that would have spread across the planet.
Yeah,
exactly.
These people were going to use that nuclear weapon first of all against the Jews.
Yeah,
and secondly against the United States, and all hell was going to break loose.
Well, I think there was a real coming to God kind of moment when they figured out, the Catholics and everyone else in Europe, including the Vatican, that Iran could easily bomb them. They were within range of them.
Oh, don't put it past them. No.
Don't. What do you mean? Don't put it past them? They
Radical
wouldn't realize
Islam would love to put a bomb on top of the Vatican.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obama.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a big part of this meeting they had, allegedly. Him and David Axelrod, the Jewish mentor to Barack Obama, had a meeting with the Pope, according to what I read. All right. Just before this happened, and just after it happens, you got 3 priests going on 60 Minutes to back up the Pope. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I've heard.
All right. So what do you think about all this? Does this help or hurt Christians and Jews?
It can't help.
No. So what are you going to do? Are you going to call the Pope?
I could.
I think you should.
Mean, he speaks my language.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're a Chicago guy. You get it. I mean, come on.
But like I was saying before, Dave.
Yeah.
If the Pope was truly about peace, he would understand the tenets of a just war. And that's what I think this is.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Was Jesus I watch a lot of reels. Do you ever watch that Facebook. Sure.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of information about history, I believe. Some of it I don't believe, but a lot of it I do, and a lot of it has to do with Christ. He was not a total talk it out guy. He wanted to be that, but he knew that if somebody was coming at you with a knife or a sword, that you had to protect yourself and you had to fight back. Am I wrong?
Well, he got upset. Christ got upset when the temple was being defiled. I remember that.
Okay. You're a lot younger than you look. than you are.
No,
You remember that, do you? You were there?
The scripture.
Oh, the scripture. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And he got mad with the buyers and the sellers.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, right.
But
yeah, what was that about?
They were cheating the people.
They were cheating the people. Why did the people have to buy from them then? Did they have to buy from them? Was it the law that they had to buy from them?
I don't believe it was the law, but I believe that the Pharisees permitted that activity to go on. So
yeah,
they made a holy place into a marketplace.
Okay, all right, and nothing is
but
ever
anyway,
sold in churches, right?
Talk about Jesus
yes,
for a little bit here.
Please go ahead.
And we last time I spoke with you on the phone,
yeah,
I hinted that I had some information about Jesus possibly being married.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that on the show. Because what do rabbis have to do?
Yeah, well, rabbis then, as now, have to be married.
Yeah,
it's the law, And if Jesus wasn't married, the Jews wouldn't have been calling him rabbi. Well, they wouldn't.
But they did.
Yeah, they did.
So where is that in history? Where is that in the history books that Jesus was married?
I don't know. Maybe Pastor Pat has something to add in on that.
No info at all on that. No info.
Okay, so yeah, well, can you imagine that he was Jewish and the law that was the law that you have to be married, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've stumped history. Somebody go to Grok and get the news.
Well, let me continue because this is my due diligence here.
Yes, please.
After the crucifixion,
yeah,
the Gospels agree that Mary, by the way, her name was not Mary of Magdalene; it was Miriam. The
Miriam, yeah,
Miriam. That was the Mary pronunciation back in the day.
Yeah, and Jesus was named Jacob, right?
Yeshua. Yeah.
Yeshua, right. Okay.
Anyway, Mary went early on Sunday morning to wash and anoint Jesus' crucified body. And Pastor, if I'm saying something wrong, let me know. Then, and as it is now, once again, no woman would touch the naked body of a dead rabbi unless she was his wife or an immediate family member.
Well, a mother would be immediate.
The Bible tells us that it was Mary Magdalene who went early Sunday morning to wash and anoint his body.
But if she was his mother, wouldn't that be?
Yeah,
enough?
That probably would work. But here it is, Mary Magdalene.
There's different Marys. The mother is different than Mary Magdalene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So there's two Marys.
Now remember, Jesus had been whipped, beaten, crucified.
Yeah.
And no woman, just any woman, would wash the blood and sweat off of his body and his private parts unless she was his wife.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's going to be in the news today. Call up Fox News and let's get this on Fox News. No, it's not going to happen. But that's cool.
No, it's not going to happen.
No.
And then of course there was the Gnostic Gospels. Now, these were Gospels that were written by Christians they called themselves Gnostics or wisdom seekers.
Yeah.
They were an early branch of Christianity that the other groups of Christianity suppressed. They didn't want these gospels to see the light of day. Because in the Gnostic gospel, Mary Magdalene is depicted, they tell us that she was a Galilean Phoenician who abandons the worship of pagan idols.
Yeah.
She falls in love with Jesus. And this is in their gospel.
Yeah.
And they get married. Oh. And then the gospel says, the Gnostic gospel says that Jesus and Mary had 2 children.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, you wonder about that. I mean, they're at least inclined, if not legally obligated to marry if you're a rabbi, especially back then. All right. But now you've got that turned into something else.
So they also say that the wedding at Cana wasn't just a wedding. It was their wedding. Okay. It was their wedding, and Jesus' mother was there with Joseph of Arimathea.
Yeah.
The guy that provided the tomb for Jesus.
Yeah.
And other dignitaries, and at the wedding, both Jesus and the attending servants obeyed his mother's commands, as was the tradition in a Jewish wedding back.
Okay.
And at Cana, Jesus also performed the duties typically that a bridegroom would do. Under Jewish law. The wedding occurred before Jesus began his ministry.
Oh.
And
when did he start his ministry?
His very first miracle occurred at his own wedding. They ran out of
Oh God, I was going to say something terrible.
They ran out of wine. You should appreciate this.
You ran out of wine?
They ran out of wine, and Mary
I thought you were going to say something like, I can't do that. I can't do that on air.
Mary turns to him and says,
I thought it was something like he couldn't get it up. So it's terrible. I don't know. That's horrible. I take it back. I apologize. Okay. I apologize. I had to say it, though, because it was in my mind. God has a sense of humor. I'm begging him. Huh? What?
Mary turns to Jesus.
Yeah.
And she says, they ran out of wine. Do something about this.
Yeah.
And he said, my time hasn't come yet. And yet, he followed his mother's instruction. And what he did was he had them bring barrels of water, and he blessed them and turned them into wine.
Oh,
Pastor Pat must know about
the
this,
first
right?
The first miracle.
His first miracle.
The first miracle at his own wedding.
That's pretty good. You got some good history. Now, let's talk about the person that was supposedly the husband or was engaged to the girl who had Jesus, and that's Mary, Mother Mary, I guess.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. Okay, so talk to me about that. Talk to me about how that happened, and what was his function? If it wasn't, was he her husband?
Joseph wasn't her husband when she became pregnant, and I believe the whole narrative that the Holy Spirit descended upon Mary and she became pregnant with the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Joseph, when he found out about this, he loved Mary. He wanted to marry her.
Yeah.
So he wanted to divorce her. Was it divorce, Pastor Pat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wanted to do it quietly.
Yes. Really? And
then in a dream, an angel came to him.
Yeah.
And said, to stay married to her and take care of her. So he followed the dream, and in essence, he became Jesus' foster father.
Hey, I want to ask everybody here, did you all know about this? Raise your hands, okay? I can't see everyone, but I can get the feeling. Wow, I didn't know that, any of that. Did all Christians know that? Did you know that? Okay, I'm learning a lot here. I mean, I love doing this show because I'm learning a lot,
Well, let me continue a little bit here.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh man, after they married,
yeah,
Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Jesus called her his companion, which translates to spouse in Jesus' time. And he was openly affectionate to her, according to the Gnostic Gospels. And he often kissed her on both the cheek and the lips. And Peter was very upset about this. And Peter was also upset when Jesus' children came to him and wanted to sit on his lap. And he said, let the children come to me. Come on. And
his children, Jesus' children, you're saying?
Jesus and Mary Magdalene, according to the Gnostic Gospels, had children. Their first child was named Sarah, and she'd later be known as Sarah Damaris Bar Yeshua, and became the Princess of West Francia. There's a whole story here where Mary Magdalene left the Holy Land,
yes,
and went up into France.
I've heard about some of these stories. I don't know any of it. Is that what you believe happened?
You know what? I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm open to it.
We'll find out. This is interesting stuff.
And the couple also had a son, according to the Gnostic Gospel, called Joseph, and he'd later be known as Joseph ben Yeshua, and became a bishop, a Christian bishop.
Yeah.
And after his crucifixion, Mary and the children, like I said, had to get out of there.
Yeah.
If they stayed,
the Romans would have got him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what caused the Catholics, the original Catholics, and still today, to stop marrying women?
Well, I
don't understand why they did that.
In the rabbinic tradition, like I said, rabbis had to be married.
Right.
Okay.
And it was based somewhat on Judaism.
So the early priests of the church married.
Right.
They married, and the bishops and even when they
what made them
a pope,
what made them stop? What made them stop?
I believe that it was twofold. One, it was a matter of acquiring the resources of the priests. So the church wanted to be the owner of any money that the priest had accrued in his lifetime. And so if he were married, he'd have to pass it on to his wife and descendants. So to enrich the early church, I believe that's how this celibacy thing came along. Unfortunately, when you set up a system of celibacy, you invite people of the wrong sexual persuasion.
Sure.
And that's what's happened to the Catholic Church today.
Wow.
I'm a Catholic and I abhor what's going on. They say that you can find no more effeminate group of people than Catholic bishops.
Dang. That's really tough to deal with.
Hey, I'm here to toss out some truth. That's all.
Yeah, that's a crazy way to save money. I mean, they did it to save money, and look what they've done to the reputation. It's terrible.
Exactly. And you know what? They don't like conservative Christians.
Yeah, I can see that.
They don't like conservative Catholics. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah.
Because the church has been so infiltrated with that homosexual element.
Yeah.
And they, by nature, lean to the left. So conservatism is abhorrent to them. And so you have a spiritual schism within the church that isn't often addressed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very telling of what's going on right now with the popes. The last two popes have been very, very liberal, let's call it that, and have a problem that I see that maybe is caused somewhat by this. Yeah, that's very good information. What do you think, Pastor Pat?
I agree with everything except the part about Jesus being married. I'm not totally. I haven't checked all of that out, of course, but I don't think he was. I think he just fulfilled the
But he was called a rabbi.
Yeah. The disciples called him that. Yeah.
Well, I think he called himself that, didn't he?
Well, yeah, I think he has.
The information.
But everything,
Remember,
and it's
remember
to be
Pastor
checked out.
Pat,
Yes.
Jesus came to keep the letter of the law.
Mm-hmm.
He did not come to change it. He was a good Jew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good Jew, and he kept the letter of the law. And I don't believe even in that instance he would have broken it.
Huh.
It's just something to think about.
It's something that you would think you'd know about.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, if he's being called rabbi and the law is as a rabbi, you have to have a.
But it also means teacher.
So just for example, in John verse 2, where it talks about the wedding at Cana, it specifically says that Jesus, his mother, and disciples were invited to the wedding as guests.
Okay.
So that's where like the whole thing about maybe that was his wedding. Well, they were invited as guests. So
you wouldn't be marrying his mother, that's for sure.
Yeah, and have you seen The Chosen at all? A series of
I'm looking at it.
about
I think
Jesus.
I'm looking at this on the reels.
Really awesome. And
it really is. I agree.
They have gone back and really picked up on history and brought it into it.
The apostles and all that. Sure.
Well, according to The Chosen, it was a little couple. Jesus went. It was their friends. A couple of their friends.
All right.
And he went to, as JP said, was invited, and it was a little couple that was being married.
You know, I do believe that the Gospels were tailored to fit an ideology.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe they're exactly as they were written.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing has been tailored to fit a particular ideology.
Okay. I'm going to have to end this up with a joke. Can you play that thing that I promised Akins to do? All right. And listen, you guys can listen in too. It's a joke. What the heck? We need a little laughter. Come on. You're pushing me for that. All right. It's going to come in right now. Fire it up.
All right.
Here we go. I think maybe. Okay. There he is.
Always takes it a second here.
All right.
A Hindu man and a lawyer are driving down a country road. Yep. Of course, the car breaks down because this is a joke and they're forced to walk. They walk for hours and the sun is setting as they come up on an
I'm going to go and start it
old farmhouse
so that we're not trying to catch up here because
A Jewish man, a Hindu man, and a lawyer are driving down a country road. Of course, the car breaks down because this is a joke and they're forced to walk. They walk for hours and the sun is setting as they come up on an old farmhouse. They decide to take a chance and knock on the door. An old farmer answers the door and the trio explain their situation. The farmer says, well, ain't nobody around here that can help you till morning, but y'all are welcome to spend the night here. But you're going to have to get a bed down in the barn because I only got 2 spare beds up in the house, see? The trio draws straws and the Jewish man gets the short one. So he goes to the barn to sleep and everyone goes to bed. A few minutes later, the farmer hears a knock at the door. He opens the door and the Jewish man is standing there saying, listen, I'm Jewish. I can't sleep in that barn. There's a pig in there and it's forbidden for me to sleep near such a filthy animal. So they wake up the Hindu man and he agrees to swap places with the Jewish man and everyone goes back to bed. A few minutes later, the farmer hears another knock on the door. He opens the door and the Hindu is standing there. The Hindu man says, look, I can't sleep in the barn. There's a cow in there and I'm unworthy to sleep near such a holy animal. So they wake up the lawyer and he goes out to sleep in the barn and everyone gets back to bed. A few minutes later, the farmer hears another knock on the door. He storms down, pulls the door open and sees a pig and a cow standing there.
You like that one? Oh my gosh! Did you like that one? All right. Well, listen, we got about less than a minute here, and I had to get that in because I promised it. Go ahead,
Dave. Can I tell a little joke?
You got 20 seconds.
Okay. Well, you know about the mystic Mahatma Gandhi?
Yeah.
Well, he used to walk around barefooted.
Yeah.
So he developed calluses on his feet.
Yeah.
And then he ate a diet that didn't include meat, so he became very frail, and then because of the frailty and everything, he developed a bad breath.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
so
I'm over
they
time.
They call him a super calloused, fragile mystic by halitosis.
That's very good.
So, real
thanks
quick,
for choking that out. What?
Before we get
Yes.
off air, we've got this right here so that everybody doesn't. This is a special one that the rabbi made up. So.
Okay, I'm 26 seconds, 27 seconds over.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. I don't know who's listening right now, but maybe just this group in here. Hey, let's party. Let's get some booze. Okay. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great weekend. Love you all. Bye-bye.